Hello, everyone. Welcome to WTP Playoff Week 1 for Academy League. We have quite an awesome schedule. I'm here today with Boos commentating. Boos, you want to say hi?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right. So first off, we're supposed to have Astro versus Deadlock, which is going to be a pretty freaking awesome battle, if I say so, followed immediately by Clownfish versus Mirkwood. Then we'll have some winners rounds because Outcast Ninja's first seed of one division playing against the winner of Astro versus Deadlock, Eclipse versus the winner of Clownfish versus Mirkwood. Those are all going to be really good matches. I am looking forward to every last one of them. They'll be pretty stinking awesome. No question. Boos, you played on... Which team did you play on this season?
I was on Team Deadlock.
You were on Deadlock, but you're not anymore. So are you rooting?
Oh, unfortunately, I had to leave.
Are you rooting?
I mean, of course, I would be rooting for Deadlock. I think they are an amazing team. I mean, everybody that we're going to be seeing today is honestly outstanding, but I hope to see Deadlock crush the competition today.
All right. Well, we have one commentator bias. I'm just going to, since you're voting for, I'm going to be voting for Astro with everything I've got.
I guess we're rooting for different teams.
Absolutely. No commentator bias here. We're rooting for other people. So let's take
a I mean, I honestly, I've watched Mirkwood recently, and I see them doing some amazing things today, for sure.
All right. Well, we can go into the different teams a little bit later. But right now, let's just going to take a moment, look at our awesome prize pool. We had some great donators. Nikki Marie with $40. I don't know if that was updated from yesterday, because I remember yesterday somebody during the amateur league was just donating like $30, $20 all over the place. So whoever that was, thank you very much, because I do remember that happening. Staff thanks. We haven't updated it since you joined Boost, sorry to say. So, and just before we go into this, looking at the standings before the playoffs, Eclipse and Outcast Ninja both had unbeatable records. Neither of them have lost yet. But today they're going to be playing against, well, Astro and Mirkwood will definitely be playing against people from the other division, but we don't know because they're going to be playing against the winners of those matches. They may wind up facing somebody they've already faced, or they may wind up facing somebody new. It'll be interesting to see.
Right.
And we have...
If anything, I'm 100% interested to see the comps that come with this.
Oh, yeah. Looking at our maps today, we have different maps for the quarterfinals, or as they call it, the wild card rounds. And then we do for the semifinals, which will be the second set. So we'll be starting off today with Sturgeon Shipyard Splat Zones. Then the Reef Clamblets, Macamart TC, Splat Zones again at Starfish, and finishing off if we get to a Game 5 with Humpback Rainmaker. I don't know if you have opinions on any of those maps. Love them, hate them. Think they've never been in Splatoon.
I mean, I don't know. I say these maps are something that aren't too crazy, aren't too easy, aren't too hard. Go either way for either team, and I'm very interested to see which team takes first couple of games and if there will be any O's in this game.
All right, I'm hoping we go to Game 5 on all of them. I want to be screaming, cheering, up on my feet, ready for anything. But it's 5 minutes before, so let's go. So let's just take a moment and go to our Be Right Back screen so that we can get our teams into the room and get ready for match 1. We'll go over Astro and Deadlock's team comps once we come back. And we are back. So, two teams going on today are Astro and Deadlock right now for match one. Astro, Boos, you faced them. What do you have to say about Astro?
So, Astro, what I like about the team is that Astro has these very interesting comps simply make work. Uh, Unfortunately, we've seen games where it did not, but if Astro can bring their comps back the way that they did and play this game nicely and correctly, then we could see some amazing plays by both teams. I'm very interested to see how Deadlock will combat this.
All right, so am I because Deadlock, unfortunately, they've had to use a lot of subs. They had a couple people who had to drop out, including you, unfortunately. Life happens. And so they're using 2 subs today on their roster. Last minute thing. So I don't know how this is going to go amazingly. They could work together really well because I imagine they've practiced together at least a little bit, or it could work, or it could just be a disaster. We don't know yet. We'll find out in a few seconds exactly how they're going to take this.
Right.
All right, Swift just joined the chat just as the game got started because Swift will be commentating on between matches on team comps and how things went. Right now we've got Splat Zones. Oh, I didn't fix the score from last time. Astro in the orange. And in the blue we've got, or purple we've got Deadlock. And here are the comps.
Right. Already their ballpoint is putting some pressure on zone.
Astro looks like it's focusing more on getting paint on their side, getting their specials out. 2 down on Astro's side, though. Looks like they're already getting things started. And first control to Deadlock, but it looks like there's a Booyah Bomb coming out to Astros. That's going to change really. Nope, never mind. Deadlock has... Oh, every time I say something about who's got control, someone dies.
That's commentator's curse for you.
Well, right now...
We see Gold Shard is trying to get these picks here.
Oh, yeah. Both sides has Booyah Bomb, which is very important for this map. 2 Booyah Bombs can completely cover it and change the whole thing. And one well-placed Booyah Bomb can cause quite a lot of havoc.
Then getting the double, did you see that?
Unfortunately, no, it wasn't focused on my screen. We've got... nice pick on Kabawa there. Trying to cap zone, and they did it. Astro has to make a play soon because they're running out of time. That timer is going down 30, down and below the 30s now, and they still haven't made a push.
Yeah, Deadlock is just not letting them take this back here. They're trying to find a place to push in, and Astro is just failing.
Oh, right into the ditch. That happens at least once a match here, I've found. Splat wall kill.
Same with Gold Shard.
Oh, I think that's going to be it for game 1, and Astro could not even get started there.
Oh yeah, no, they were trying to find so many leadways and it just didn't happen. Deadlock just kept taking the zone. Actually, in fact, Deadlock didn't even let them touch the zone. And whenever they did, they just told them, nope, back off.
Oh, that was not what we want to have happen in a first match. Not what we want to have happen in a first match. That was, well, to say it yet again, pretty terrible for... I bet Astro can come back. They're just getting warmed up. They're absolutely getting warmed up.
Yeah, this is the first game.
All right, if Swift is out there, Swift is supposed to become helping.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, Swift.
Well, it seemed like Astro. Hello. It seemed like Astro had like the right comp, and they really tried. I just feel like their coordination didn't play into the map of Sturgeon, where they have to like use ledges and different opportunities to go places. Instead, they kind of went in by themselves. They used their specials at different times. It just wasn't coordinated enough to beat a team like Deadlock, who is who's a lot more coordinated that match. They used their specials at the right time. It felt like they were just a little more in control that entire game, and Astro just couldn't get back in.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. They had a few good attempts with the different Booyah bombs, but they were painted over so quickly it didn't do much.
Yeah, and one thing, just like the rest of their team should really be like going in with their specials, and it feels like they kind of just wasted them at certain points. They would just go in, they wouldn't really get enough time to actually do anything with them.
Mm, that
Right, agreed.
that is an issue. So let's hope they're just getting warmed up and they haven't really gotten started today, because they can still fix this. They can still come back from that. Absolutely. It's only match
They
one.
can.
Both teams, they're taking their times choosing their weapons. They're not quite ready to go. They're looking and going, maybe that, well, maybe that didn't, but Clam Blitz on the Reef is a very different mode. Clam Blitz is all about coordination. And this may be Astro's time
Yeah, it's
to make
very
a
much
comeback.
agreed.
This may be Astro's time to make a comeback, because, as I said, Deadlock has a few subs playing today. Having those few subs may make them less practiced, less able to coordinate their pushes. Though I suppose we'll find out in just a few seconds.
The game is starting and we are about to see these comps. I cannot wait. I'm eager to see what they play here.
Well, Clam Blitz on the Reef, everything's set to go. We have Astro in the blue, Deadlock in the green. And let's take a look at those comps. Not too heavy on the
Winning the
back.
ballpoint.
Is ballpoint really a
Right.
backline? It's... I've always say both of these
I
are...
would say it's more of a mid, depending on the play style.
Yeah, so both teams no backlines. That's a
Keeping
risky
left side.
choice.
It is.
A lot of fighting going on. We've got the first power clam and destroyed. They're not going in there. Very nice defense from Astro so
Cancel.
far.
Just not letting them push in here. They had a very nice setup, but it just didn't happen. Astro had an amazing defensive play there.
Both sides have about 13, 14 clams. Enough for a push, not enough for a big push. Clams, you really want to go big or not go anywhere. Both sides down one. They're very even. Astro felt out Deadlock in game one, and now they're going, yeah, we got your number. Nice pick.
Yeah, I agree. I like the way the Rapid here is kind of just putting as much aggression as possible. He does die though, and so does the Pro by Astro.
Commentator's curse. But we've got a push from Jazz, and yes, that is the first push. But are they going to be able to follow up on it? Nito's trying. Nito missed. Nito missed both those clams. They just went straight into Kabawa's hands, and they're... I'd almost rather have no push at all than a push with just the power clam.
The juniors trying to take this here. They're all trying to take this here. They're trying to get a pick or two off just so they can get a push. The NZAP does pop the armor. Again, Astro is playing a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of defensive here. Go for the aggressiveness, and it's just not happening.
No, they've got to make a push of their own soon. But they can't get the clams. Both sides have the same number of clams again. 10 clams does not make a push in Clam Blitz. It makes a score, but you don't just want scores.
Yeah, agreed. They're going to need to build up specials here, build up clams. You're going to have to do a lot of building up here. I mean, they did just take off 3. We might see them get a nice push in here.
Yeah, 3 down.
Back for the clam ball.
Jumped it in, and now they're throwing in every other clam. They use their pity very well. That's the number 1 reason you don't want to just score once. You give the other people a pity clam, and they know how to use it. Down below 50. And they're still going. Basket's not closed
And
yet.
they're still going.
Oh. That makes up for a lot of the misses earlier.
Agreed.
All right. Astro, you're going to have to make quite a Well, they got into Power Clan, but can they get anything after that?
Double teaming going on here. Up against Nathan, the strafes are amazing.
They could not
Forced
get
to
any.
use the ball.
They can't get anything else in. Deadlock has that locked down too tightly.
When Deadlock gets it locked down, man, nobody's going past them. Their defense, once they have everything they need, is just so good. So I want to see Astro put some aggressiveness on there.
Oh, we've got double Power Clams going in now, and oh, there goes one.
Yep, they did get canceled.
Yeah, no retrieving that one, but they've got the other waiting. Astro doesn't have any clams right now. They can't do anything like that. They've got 1 minute left, and
Oh, he missed it.
What is that's the second miss?
It.
I know clams is a hard
That is
mode.
the second miss today.
I know clams is a hard mode, but this is.
Deadlock is just not letting them touch them, man. They're just continuously pushing, continuously being aggressive, and it's just not going well for Astro. It is 25 seconds on the clock. Will Astro get a comeback here?
There's always the chance. I've seen some pretty amazing comebacks in Clam Blitz. But to get a comeback, you've got to go somewhere. You've got to push, and they don't seem to be pushing with enough clams. They've got that pity clam back at base. This will go into overtime, but they don't have enough to follow up with it right now. Maybe it won't.
Yeah, they seem to try to get into
Oh,
bridge.
that's it.
They
That's
pushed it
it.
in. Smart play. They did not. Honestly, the thing with Deadlock, man, is when they have everything they need, they are just not letting anybody push in their objective. Very smart plays by both teams, but Deadlock just did not give them the opportunity to push.
Splats on both sides were pretty even. 9 ink armors from Nathan. That may have made a lot of difference there.
Yeah, especially the fact that he plays such an aggressive defensive junior just promotes so much more of both aggressiveness and support.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I like the attempt that Deadlock was going for. I feel like they were in the right. Sorry, Astro. I like what Astro is doing. I like their comp. They went anchorless for clams. They tried their best to actually make pushes, but once they used all their specials, they did not play aggressive enough. They kind of pushed back a little bit. They didn't go in enough to actually get some value off the specials they popped, and that forced them to only be able to get in a couple clams and not being able to get the picks off, which they needed to get more clams in.
Yeah, I noticed that. When they started pushing, they were, kept being that they had people go down who had clams, or they didn't have enough clams when they pushed. When they tried to get together a large group of clams, they had people go down who are carrying those clams. I think that they were trying to get together a lot of individual clams and throw them in one by one, but then they kept losing them because people got splatted. What they really needed to do there was get together 2, 3, even 4 power clams if they left that pity behind, and then just go in all at once. If they get one person through, get 2 picks, go in, throw them all in. Power clams are not as much as individual clams, but they can make such an impact because they can go so fast.
Yeah,
Right.
and it just seemed like a bloodbath for most of the game, just not being able to get anything done for a lot of the team. It felt like it was at a stalemate for the longest time, and then like it would just like one team would just spiral out. Yeah, you have to play more like balanced the entire game instead of more like up and down, and that's really what happened. And why Astro kind of lost that game is I felt like they had some great moments, but during the rest of the game they were just down.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, the name of the team is Deadlock, so I honestly, they are living up to their name right now, even though they do have 2 subs. Honestly, for 2 subs, they're playing it very nicely, though they know both of them.
Well, we're going into game 3 now. Tower control at Macomart. Everyone's favorite map and mode combo, I'm sure. Astro in the
Double
purple.
bucket.
Deadlock in the green,
Interesting.
and you can
This
immediately.
is the first time.
Nope, not what you were expecting there, Double Bucket.
No, I'm saying this isn't the first time they've pulled a double bucket. I'm interested to see how they play this, and they have a charger. One of the buckets is gone, though.
Oh, 2 down on the side of Astro already. And Deadlock's making the first push. They are just swarming.
Off. Should do anything. The charger is trying to get a pick, but Juan Tatsu is just on him.
Oh, they're
Double
too
direct by
direct.
Shard.
Holy. Remind
Shard is just not letting them leave.
me never to play against.
Mind you.
I would not want to have to go up against that. And that's past the second checkpoint. Astro, you've got to do something here.
Touchdown as well. We're going to do. I'm curious. I want to see how they push in here. Well, Charger is taking the tower. Shard watched him. He did get the pick off.
They've got to take care of Shard. That's what Astro's got to do here. They've got to take care of that blaster. Splat the blaster, make a push, blaster returns, splat them again, keep pushing.
Right, but they do need to watch Juan Tatsu as well. He is really good at soloing here.
Well,
Looks like they took your advice. They took out the blaster and they took out the heavy.
I'd almost think they could hear me. They're making their push now because they're up 2 people, and but will it be enough? The blaster's back on that flat, making pain in the neck for everyone. They got past the first checkpoint. That's a good start. Almost had that splashdown cancel on. Ah, Charger got him. Good job.
Will take the pick, though.
Blaster is still... Nope, never mind. Blaster's down. Oh, booyah to the tower. You can't do anything about that.
No, you cannot. And Kaba is just watching everybody on the tower, really playing his backline amazing here. Will be getting pushed by the end zap. Will they take the kill? And they did.
Pretty even right now. 1 down on both sides.
What do you see Astro doing here in order to take this back?
Well, they had a good start earlier when they got that double, and immediately, like I said before, they have 2 people really on top of them. That blaster is making their lives a misery, but they've also got Deadlock is traveling in packs. 1v1s, I don't think they're doing that well. But they don't 1v1. Oh, well, they've only got 1 left, so they're gonna have... Never mind, Booyah Bomb onto the tower. That is why I play heavy in tower control. Heavy remix.
Booyah Bomb as well. There was only 1 guy there. I would have migrated upwards and Booyah Bomb there, but...
Booyah Bomb to the tower ensures that they can't keep pushing it. Makes them get off, gives you some space. Even if... So now they're down 3 again. Astro, this is your chance. This is the second time they're down 3.
Well, Deadlock is trying to play for the defensive. He did get the pick on the person on the tower.
Nathan got
On
at
the
least a
left side
double
over
there. Nathan got at least a double there, maybe a triple. Very good slaying for... Slaying juniors aren't the thing I normally want to see, but it's working very well for him right now.
Beauty of Nathan's Jr. is that he makes it to where he can promote both an aggressive, defensive, and supportive play style. Working, so I'm not complaining.
I still
Is
think
trying to
Astro...
watch the flanks though.
I still think Astro can take this. They've got 40 seconds. There's not that much difference in scores. Only 1 checkpoint stands between them. If they can get that tower back and they can make a nice play, they can still take this.
Again, I want to see them getting superior ping and just pushing it in here.
Well, they're making their move now. Kawawa's got a nice pick up with that heavy. They're going trying to see backliner fight. Heavy has to reposition, but oh, there comes the Booyah Bomb. And they survived with the splashdown. That was impressive.
I did not think that was gonna be a
I
survival there, but oh, it's an
oh
overtime.
ah, but they lost the tower,
Not able to pull that back. They did lose the tower. Very unfortunate. GG's though.
and Deadlock takes it.
Does take it.
Deadlock took it in a sweep. I was not expecting that.
Man, Deadlock,
Wow.
what I love about them is they can be both aggressive, they can be both defensive, and when I say they really do put you in a deadlock, I mean it, man. They just do not let people attack them. Once they've gotten their lead, that's all they need.
I I was not expecting that. Yeah, and yeah, over in the staff discussion zone, they're like, "Wait, did we just? Yes, we won that because it's first to 5 for this set, first to 7 once they're in the semifinals. But they've got a little bit of a break for that." Swift, are you around still?
Yeah, I am, and I don't know what Astra's approach there was. I feel like they got so many picks and they did the right things that game, but they weren't able to push the tower. They didn't get the important picks that they needed. They didn't get that heavy remix that had that just shut down their push. They didn't get those picks that really mattered to be actually able to take the lead. Unlike Deadlock, where they killed their Stingray, so didn't have a Stingray ready. They killed their armor users. It felt like a lot more of a balanced approach than who kind of fell up and down.
Yeah,
I agree. It didn't go either way here. So Astro was trying to do something and it just didn't happen.
it was. I'm that finished a little earlier than anticipated, I think, because we're supposed to see the next set at 5:40. I'm going to ping the team captains and see if they'd be willing, if they'd be ready to go a little earlier. But if not, we might have some extra discussion time because that sure happened, and that happened fast.
Yeah, yeah. It was very nice though. I enjoyed it for sure.
Well, Astro versus Deadlock. I was anticipating it being a lot closer, or I admit it, I was honestly anticipating an Astro win just because of Deadlock's subs there. I was looking at that and going, okay, we've got a team with 2 subs versus a team that has no subs. So, what is going to happen with that? And the logical explanation I had was the team that's played together longer will win out. But that is not what happened there. Instead, Astro
Same time, no, sorry, I cut you off there, but Deadlock did know Kaba, and Deadlock does know Golden Shard. Gold Shard was actually on the first team before their rebrand, and TTL, Deadlock and TTL have been working very closely with each other time now, so they honestly knew the comps and they kind of knew how things were going to go there. So I'm not too surprised, but at the same time, I did think Astra was going to at least take one game off.
Yep. Well, goodbye, Astro. You did a great job in the preseason, but they didn't manage to hang on for the rest of it. So our next matchup will be Clownfish versus Mirkwood, and we're going to go on a 5-minute break before coming back and talking about their teams and the comps we might see for them. Thank you very much for being with us. Okay, so we are back, and we are back with Clownfish versus Mirkwood. Clownfish, which of these two teams did you go up against? I know you didn't go up against both since they were previously different divisions.
I have gone up against Clownfish. I can't remember if it was in WTP or if it was in. I know one of them was 100% in the league, and I have seen Clownfish do different things in WTP. But if I were to root for a team, I think I might go Mirkwood here. I've seen them do some gnarly stuff, and I'm very interested to see what Clownfish can do to combat said gnarly stuff.
Considering it involves the word gnarly, I'm going to have to say that it must be pretty interesting. I know that in the past I've been going on and on about Knight and Siege King Nugget making great plays, or, well, I play Sploosh, Nugget plays Sploosh in at least one match, if I recall correctly, therefore I immediately like Nugget. But if you're cheering Mirkwood, I'll go for Clownfish. I've got a good feeling about them. Slowboy has really impressed me on several matches in the past and scared me. Adept is frankly pretty darn awesome. I don't want to go into too many details. I don't want to say stuff because I'm sure whatever happens in this match is going to be a freaking awesome surprise.
I agree. We're rooting for different teams, but I know we cannot wait to see. And it is starting. It is Splatoon Sturgeon. How it goes.
All right, Splat Zone Sturgeon it is. We have Clownfish in the yellow,
Ooh.
Mirkwood in the blue. What have you got to say about these comps?
Comps are very interesting. Clownfish's comps here, double dualies, one with range, one without. They have a really nice killing power thing going on. And I think that their shot is playing a both supportive and midline role for Clownfish.
Well, Mirkwood's making good use of those splat walls there, but they've lost the zone. We've had the first switch. No one's really got a lead yet.
Using specials though on Mirkwood's side here, trying to just take back and keep it, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Booyahs on both sides, and right now Clownfish is down 2. Good time for Mirkwood to make some aggressive pushes. Dually versus Splatling. Dualies took that one. Knight is...
They did.
Knight is being everywhere on the map right now, and that's just what Knight needs to do.
Especially when you're playing CDS. Will he get the pick off though here? No.
No. Slowboy learned from last time. Slowboy's going, you got me once, you're not getting me again. I've got a booyah to deliver to your teammate's face.
One of them just DC'd on Clownfish's side here.
Doesn't matter, we've got... We have... It is past the 50 mark on... It is past the 50 mark on the other team's side, therefore it is going to stand already. Do they know that?
I don't think they do. They seem to just let them get it. Which is kind of weird because I don't think they realize they're forfeiting here.
Well, let's just watch this squid party and... Yeah, I don't think either side realizes it because everybody is just having fun.
Man, I guess they just want to give this game here. Fortunate that they didn't know that they still had a chance, but I guess they don't have one anymore. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Yep.
And that is game. Taking this first round, even though they really, they could have gotten some challenge, but no, not at all.
And someone is in the team captain's chat asking about the DC rules now. Hang on a second, because it seems like a shame to have a DC affect things in this stage of the game.
It is a bit disappointing that they didn't know the rule about that.
It has been stated several times.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens. Sucks though.
Yep. Waiting for an official verdict there because both teams were thinking that they couldn't play. Until I hear otherwise, I'll give Mirkwood the win, but I'm waiting to hear otherwise or waiting to hear an official ruling. Because yep, it's going to stand. Looks like it is going.
It seems that Mirkwood is taking this one. They were past 50 when the DC happened, so unfortunately, but
Well,
I guess they didn't know about that rule.
I'm disappointed about that. I wanted to see an amazing. We had such an amazing match starting off. We had such.
Did I was honestly intrigued.
All right, looks like everybody's in. They're not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah, well, now that they know about the rule, I don't think they're planning on it.
Nope. Okay, Clownfish. Clamblitz at the Reef. You have your chance. You are going to take Mirkwood, and you are going to break them over your knee for that last one. Do squids have knees?
I hope that Clownfish gets a bit serious in this one and just tells Mirkwood, we gave you that first one, man. Now it's time to play this for real.
Exactly.
From Clownfish, and I want to see how Mirkwood combats that. If they can get some really nice defensive and aggressive plays, I think Mirkwood can take the cake.
Yeah, Clownfish is. Both teams are great. Both teams are. I have been streaming them this whole time. I've been watching their matches, and I've been going, holy crud, holy crud, holy crud, this is awesome. A fairly large amount. So there's no question we will have that we have the potential for some great matches. We had a DC. Clownfish did not play it out, but they still haven't used their DC. So if it happens again, they can look at the timer, look at the score, and know whether they can use it or not. Because official rules stating it here, if it's over half over, if one's team has pushed past 50 points, or if there's 2.5 minutes left or less, then it cannot be redone. If there's more than 50 points on either side, if there's more than 50 points on both sides, and if it's more than 2.5 minutes left, then there can be a replay.
Well, the game has started. Clownblitz to the Reef.
Yep. We have Clownfish in the green, Mirkwood in the blurple.
And Clownfish, with this comp, they are not playing around. Look at all of that aggression.
Slow boy on the Hydra going. He's getting near this basket.
He's going to play a very defensive, aggressive Hydra, already taking 2 picks on Merc.
Oh. 2 down on Clownfish right after. Pretty even teams again.
Right.
We've got a fair amount pushing up. Both sides are about even for clams. Just as soon as I say that, Mirkwood starts grabbing more, starts going for the armor like they're making a push soon. 2 specials ready on Clownfish's side. 2 on... Oh, Mirkwood's definitely making a push. They've got the armor, they've got the booyah. Oh, and they've got people going down.
Yes, they do. Slow boy here. I would assume he would go for a bit more aggressive, but he's really holding his position here. I think they're trying to wait for them to get a push in so they can eliminate and then get as many clams and paint as possible. So while Merc is trying to look for the push, they're kind of just waiting to get the picks off. So I'm interested to see how that's going to happen.
Yep, both sides, 18 clams, 13 clams. They can make pushes, solid pushes with the numbers of clams they've got. They're both building up their specials, holding on to them, waiting for the right opportunity. The question is, who's going to get first? Who's going to make that first aggression? Because it might work great. It might just give the other side the opportunity. If they don't have a coordinated push, or if they get too many picks, both sides down one, they're just going, who's going to blink first here?
Yeah, they did pop the armor. I thought that would suggest a push, but they're kind of just waiting on... Honestly, they're kind of just waiting for Mirkwood to push here. They did cancel that ball, though the hammer did die to the jet.
Yep. But they got it back, and that is first score to Mirkwood, but they don't have enough people alive or enough clams to follow up on it. They
did try to get the clam ball in, but it did not work.
They just gave Clownfish a free pity, and that's... Well, everyone lost all their clams that push. Wasn't that big of a one.
No, it was not. They saw a place to push, and they said, you know what, let's take it for now, get them scared. I think now Mirkwood is trying to do the same thing that Clownfish was trying to do earlier, was get them to push in, so I think that's what that's, do here.
There's a lot of playing around Astro's basket. That Mirkwood seems to have control of the field. Astro has to push away from that basket a bit. They have to get some picks. Oh. And
is gonna get the try. Amazing wipe.
That was a wipe.
They wiped Clownfish completely there.
And they're throwing in every clam they can get their greedy little paws on now.
But is trying to get some picks here. I don't think he knows who to focus on. Does he focus on the left side or the right? Oh, and they didn't even let the basket go up.
Nope, it's still open, down to 16. If they had... Okay, I think that's the end of that push. That was quite a push. That was down to 16. Oh, Astro, you've got to get it together. Do this for me, people.
Mirkwood just took that, and now I think Clownfish is a bit upset, and they're trying to just get a push in here.
Yep, Slowboy's got the power. Keeping up pressure.
Might pop the armor soon. Okay, well,
Still haven't popped
I'm assuming there's going to be an armor.
Still haven't popped the armor. Jump in. Okay, hit with that throw, but they don't have enough clams to keep it going. They've got one person with the clams, and they're chased way away. And Mirkwood was ready for it.
Yes, they were. They got another ball in. They're going to get clams in as well.
And they're jumping in the
Mirkwood
pity.
is just looking at their pushes and saying, nope, not gonna happen, man. Get the ball in, though. Smart play by a Clownfish.
All right, this is their last chance. If they don't get everything in, if that basket closes, they're done. Oh, I don't know if that was...
No, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen either.
Basket's still open, but no, the basket's still open, but they don't have any time to really get clams. They're all back at their base. This looks like it's going to be another one for Mirkwood.
Mirkwood did win that, and it's a bit unfortunate. If you ask me, positioning was Clownfish's biggest problem there. I noticed a lot of times where the backline was frontlining, just held a better position there near the end, and have his try and nozzle nose push up instead, and then have the Galuga vector. Sure.
Well, sometimes matches do happen. I don't know where Swift is. Swift have they come back into the chat, or we have a donation of some form. I can't actually see it. I'm sorry. Or a donation or a follow or whatever that was. Thank you very, very much, because that was awesome. I'm just a little bit distracted because I'm trying to do multiple things at a time and therefore not succeeding too well at any of them. Macomart. I've looked at that 3 times and forgotten it 3 times.
I was about to say.
Well, the maps for semifinals are a little bit
Go
different than
TC though.
this, so. Makamart TC. Okay, that was Kabawa who just followed. And also, it looks like Lost LY followed while I was distracted, and so did Zenpai Chan. And okay, I think that's it. I think that's all of the awesomeness that I missed. Thank you all for being, gosh darn it, someone else. Fusion, you subscribed for 2 months. You're awesome. You are amazing. Thank you very
Oh, one of them left.
Okay. As soon as I hit the button, I'm going to kill the room. Can I kill the room? I cannot kill the room. All right, it's going to be a few minutes.
I say just,
Once
yeah.
one side can just KO and we'll get them back in here. And I don't know if they're even picking out their comps for this because
Give away their comp here. I hope they played like All Brush or something.
there was DC on the screen. So we're just waiting it out. And in the meantime, we'll have a pleasant conversation about how awesome both teams are. Because they're playing really well. There's no denying it.
No, yeah, they're playing very nicely. If you ask me, it's a bit of an Astro deadlock situation here where Clownfish is trying to get something going and Mirkwood is just saying, nah, man, it's just not going to happen, dude. We're not going to let it happen. They've been playing it very nicely, I'll tell you. Mirkwood is getting a lot of coordination and Mirkwood is understanding the way that this game has to go. They're getting specials, they're using their subs, they're playing it very nicely, and it's obvious that everyone here understands their weapon.
Yeah, both teams have been. Astro has been doing really well, but they're being out. Has to be that one death at the end, of course. Astro has been doing really well, but they haven't quite made it yet. I keep waiting for them to do something amazing, but they haven't quite yet. They will soon. I'm sure of it.
So I hope to see it. I want to see how long this can go for because I'm really liking this matchup.
All right, I'm hoping that this is the
See
start of
this go all
Astro's
the way to
verse.
Humpback Rainmaker.
I'm hoping this is the start of Astro's verse sweep, and there is somebody else being awesome. Gold Shard, thank you very much for the follow. You are awesome. Why are there so many awesome people while I'm trying to commentate? I am not good at multitasking here, people. Yes, I know. That is the last thing I should be complaining about. That is the last thing I should be complaining about. Okay, so let's get them all together. They have their weapons selected soon, and they know they're playing tower control. They know that they are going to have some pretty amazing things going on.
Yeah, this is TC Mako. I'm very interested to see how they take this.
I've just realized I've been saying the wrong team for too long. Clownfish. Why? I just look at that little circle and I think of a fancy at sound.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, no. I'm interested to see how Clownfish is going to take this one, if they are going to take this one. I want to see a good amount of coordination by Clownfish here because I want to see this team go head to head for a little bit longer here.
There has been some really tense moments. I wish that Splat Zones match hadn't had a DC. I wish they'd realized, because it was so back and forth, so very back and forth that they could have. But that's wishing for things that can't happen.
I guess we'll find out.
We have the actual game this time. We will have. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Don't tell me it's Alvin and Lucy
No.
again.
No. no! No!
DC. Maybe this is just Splatoon 2 being Splatoon 2. It's probably a DC. It's been going on for way too long. Yeah, we're all about
Yeah,
to get
we
kicked from the
at
room.
least
Ah.
no. That's one on each
Oh,
side.
both sides this time. That's. Wait, did
Let's.
I play this?
I don't know.
I think that's up to them. Oh, yep, well. How many times does a team have to DC before they're disqualified and lose that?
Well, I say we give them this one because no one has any idea what's going on, and I may kill the room after this and have you host, Booze. Because this looks more like it might be on my end than anything else.
Yeah, earlier I saw Gold Charge and Deadlock. He was a bit laggy. I didn't want to say anything, but he was. I thought that was just him, but looking at it now, it might just be stuff. So you could break the room. I'll make it same pass. I'll put
All
my
right.
code in there really quick.
Yeah, they can join through me. They can join through me because I'm your friend and.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. That's
Yep.
right.
Just gotta watch the stats of. Well, 2 people on Clownfish had specials. So, closing this private battle and.
What was your pass? 9988.
As you said on stream for everybody to hear.
Let's hope nobody joins.
All right, the teams should be able to. Okay, changed hosts. The stage is not random, but it should be on Mac Omar. There we go.
Yeah.
And we're getting the members of both teams back into the room very quickly.
There you go. This is everyone, I'm assuming.
You and me both.
Okay then. So hopefully this time nobody DCs. Hopefully we can actually get a game in here.
All right, tower control. We have Mirkwood in the yellow, Clownfish in the blue. Ah, that's a change in the spot lane. We've got the heavy instead of the Hydra now. Oh wait, nope, looking at the wrong team. Still got. Oh yeah, Slow Boy's on the heavy remix now. A little bit of a change.
Okay. Similar comps though. That is for sure. It seems to just try to push in. Gets picked off though by the pro.
Yep, no one's making much of an effort. Oh, 2 down on Astro's side. Very nice picks by Knight. They're making their first move and getting booyah'd on out of it, so let's return the booyah. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, in the beginning of that push, Clownfish tried taking it, but Mirkwood said, nope, just gonna keep it here. Or maybe not, the pro just died.
True, but with down one on both sides at this point, people are respawning in. You can't really say you've got anything going on this map until you've gotten past that first checkpoint. There's too many good spots for people to stand and shoot you at when you're at that first checkpoint for it to really count. Too easy to get that far. When you're standing at the first checkpoint, you can get people from above the melons, below you. Both of those stacks of, I can't remember what they're called, plat, cereal. I've been trying to learn the call-outs, but I don't have it. Oh,
The cancel of
splashdown
the
cancel.
splashdown here. They did have all their specials. 2 of them have used it already. Yet they did not get a push in here.
Oh,
Did kill that jet splashdown after it. I think Clownfish might be ready to try to get a push in.
I hope they are. They're taking the tower, and they are going ham on that splat lane. Never mind. No one actually took out the splat lane. They just pushed him back. Nope. Still don't stand corrected. Knight is causing havoc, and they can't do anything until they get rid of him.
That is absolutely correct. Clownfish is pushing it this time, though. Knight did take out the heavy. I'm interested to see it, and they did get the lead.
They did have a lead change, and they are past the first checkpoint. That is huge on this map. But they're gonna have to do some fast retreating because other team Mirkwood is making their way in. Come on.
Knight is kind of just trying to get picks in here for his team.
Mirkwood's making progress, but they haven't gotten past that checkpoint yet. Booyah. Is that enough of a distraction? Not quite. Red's taking care of business.
Both players from Mirkwood just got splatted here. Clownfish, Arvish trying to focus the left side as much as possible, though Knight is really on her tail.
Yeah, this is tower control is one of Astra's better modes, I believe. They're really good at focusing on that little area and keeping track of what needs to be done around it. But
Yeah, Mirkwood seems to be a tad bit confused on what's going on here.
what's going on is they've got to retreat because 3 people down and 1 jumping out is not a recipe for anything but the other team pushing in, and that's just what they're doing. Clownfish had to too many specials there.
Mirkwood is going to have to find a way to get this defense in, and then hopefully a push afterwards, but they do seem to be lacking in it.
Booyah incoming. Slowboy is saying, I'm done with that. Nice pick on Adept there, but then taken out by Slowboy. And Slowboy taken out, and Jump coming in, that's taken out. I think this push might be over. They haven't quite gotten to checkpoint 2 board. Less than a minute left. Mirkwood's got to make something happen. But we're going to a game 4.
Yeah. At the same time, I want to see Mirkwood win this. I want to see how they can push in here. They do have 3 specials. They can get a nice push in here. They popped all 3.
There's the... Yeah, didn't seem to do much.
No, it did not. I thought it was accidental for a second there. On the tower, he's getting tripled here, and he dies.
Yeah, I think that might be the game. Unless one of them gets on the tower now, which, nope, Slowboy's got it cut.
Nope. Yes, we are going into a game 4, ladies and gents.
Woohoo! Start of the reverse sweep. Clownfish, you can still do this.
Clownfish still has a chance.
Whoa, 13 splats on Adept. That was quite a nice one. I've got to actually check what the maps are. Starfish Splat Zones is up next. Starfish Splat Zones.
Yep, I do have the map open. The map's open here.
All right, what Clownfish pulled together there. They did really well. They had a very nice comp, and they knew just when to push and when to stay back. Mirkwood, they took the tower a few times, but they kept getting chased off. Don't know what I don't know what their plan was there. I admit it. They were doing really well popping specials in sync, and they had so many amazing splashdown cancels. There were I think I saw 3 or 4 splashdown cancels on screen there, which is not something I can manage myself. I think I've done like 3 splashdown cancels ever, and 2 of them were accidental. So let me be impressed about that.
Right. I don't know if you guys saw. I think the coordination from Mirkwood was actually very nice. I think the only problem here is that they were a bit confused. It's like they didn't know where it is that they wanted to go. Something and then pulled back, and they tried it again and pulled back. And at that point, Clownfish saw it as an opportunity to just push and keep their push stable. So good on them.
And once Clownfish got in, they figured out what they had to do to get it, and they just kept doing it. They figured out who they had to take care of, and they took care of them. And that was all they needed to get that.
Very nice comeback.
All right, we've got a new Splat Zones map coming up right now. Maybe Clownfish can take this one. Maybe Mirkwood will just take the set. Gonna find out now. We've got green, Clownfish in the blurple. And sticking with
He's coming no backline on Mirkwood here.
To be fair, the question is whether or not you need a backline here. Slowboy's.
Well, that's kind of yeah.
Slowboy
just keeping zone. Smart play.
Slowboy has, I forget the name of it, the infrared ink on, which tags somebody. He can call out their positions to their teammates, which is probably going to keep Mirkwood a little bit on their toes because they can be seen and called out wherever they are if they get close enough to that splatling. And getting close enough to a splatling means...
Not something you see.
Yeah. Mirkwood's making their push with their... Oh, nice double from Arya there.
Fish is not letting them take back here at all. Slowboy is just keeping his zone, watching the flanks.
And everybody Slowboy tags. Slowboy knows exactly where they are until they get splatted. Calls it out to their teammates. Very nice pick by Knight there. But we've got Booyah coming in, and that's Booyah and Inkstorm looks like. That's...
He got 2 picks, Slowboy here on Snipe. Might get the 3rd one on the Gal. He has Arva to help him.
Nope. But they've got that zone. 52 to 66. Neither side can relax right now. This is too close still.
Yeah, they're all kind of just coordinating themselves very nicely here on Clownfish. They're all staying together as a unit, and when they need to get picks, they're getting their picks.
It
We
worked
are
off.
seeing a bit of a comeback here from Mirkwood.
Bomb rush and armor. Yep. They're countered immediately by a Booyah. They got the zone. They got stuck Clownfish with a penalty. Whether or not that'll be enough to get them back in the game is a good question.
Mirkwood is trying to keep the zone here, but Clownfish is just not letting that happen.
Oh. Red.
Slowboy is keeping that Booyah Bomb in storage. He pops it out now. Threw it at the jump.
Yep. Booyah Bomb neutralizes zone here. Doesn't quite cap it, but if it were already colored a little bit, then it certainly could. Clownfish is just taking it and going and saying, this is our zone. We had enough of losing to you guys. We're time for our reverse sweep.
Yeah, they're 100% taking this one seriously here. They are not kidding around. I love the way they're coordinating on Clownfish's part. It's like somebody's in trouble, they're all in trouble, and they're all helping. Slowboy is going to have to get out here, though. They seem to be focusing the backline a lot more since he is watching all the flanks and trying to get zone.
Yeah, Slowboy is key to Clownfish's success right now. Because whatever Slowboy sees, he calls out. Slowboy is going, this is what's going on. There's where you need to be. And they go and they do it. Everyone's a good player.
Being a very nice backline.
Yep, everyone's a good player, but with someone back there coordinating things perfectly, it's we may see a lead change here. 39. Yes, we do. Mirkwood took it back, and they're pushing, and they're not letting Clownfish back in there now. They got Clownfish's measure, and they're splatting Slowboy and getting their way in. Come on, Clownfish, you can still do this.
They might be able to pull it off here by Clownfish. Mirkwood.
They've got to get the
just looking
zone
for
now.
Ripple from there, and I think they found it. Will they get the zone? And the
Not
Booyah
in
Bomb
time.
wasn't in the
Not
right
in time.
Nope, they did not time it.
Good effort,
Fortunate.
Clownfish. Good effort, Clownfish.
Good
That
effort
was
by
a great
Clownfish.
game. That was an amazing game. And I wish I could have seen more of them. But as it stands, Mirkwood just barely took you out.
Being very smart about that when they were looking for wiggle room, and when they found wiggle room, they took it immediately.
Absolutely. And no one could do anything about it either.
Yeah, no. They just didn't let anybody take it.
All right, so that
There's
was
zones to keep.
that was a great matchup. I'm just going to go back and I'm going to alter a couple things in the earlier because we've got the first semifinal match coming up next, Deadlock versus Outcast Ninjas, which means I need to change something here in our earlier screen.
Yeah.
Because we do not have Astra versus Deadlock. We have Outcast Ninjas. And we are going to go take a 5-minute break. I need another drink. Everyone, we'll see you in about 5 minutes. Next team might take a little bit longer because they're supposed to go on at 6:20, but I'll see you all shortly either way. And we are back. Hello, everybody. I have to adjust something here now because we are actually going to have a different commentator joining me in a few moments. They have to fix a few things. But instead of Boos helping me out, it's going to be Shams, which is going to be pretty darn awesome. But right now we've got Deadlock coming on back in a few minutes. Shams is just getting back here, but we've got Deadlock coming on again in a few minutes. They did a great job earlier. Really impressed me. I was not expecting that sort of performance, and they just pounded Astro into the ground.
Yeah, I was not really expecting that, especially because everyone in the server knows what was going on. Deadlock was desperate to find a fourth player, and they have just destroyed Astro. Like, I thought it would be close, at least, but
Yeah, that was a very different match than than I think everybody was expecting. Except maybe Boos. Boos was going all in for Deadlock.
you still there, Ika?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay. Are we having any issues with the video?
Not to me, it appears, but I'm not, watching the stream right now.
All right. Well, people on the stream can certainly tell me if there's something going on. They have enough times in the past.
Yeah.
All right. We're still setting up the room here, so the delay is on my fault.
Yeah.
I've told people a few times that we may have had some disconnection issues. We don't know if it was because of me or not, but it means that Shams has to set up the rooms, and Sham wasn't expecting to do that, so.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Please bring a skip intro button for Splatoon 3.
Please. Please, please, please. We are all begging you. I love watching the news, but I don't want to see the news that often.
What I hate is when you have to go on for something at 7, so you hop on at 6:59, then you finish the news, and then multiplayer maps and modes have been updated, and you have to do it again.
Yep. Pearl and Marina sure can talk. To say the absolute very least. So besides Deadlock, our other team is the currently undefeated Outcast Ninjas. Which
Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't expect Outcast Ninjas to, still be undefeated, so I'm definitely impressed.
Yeah. We have people in the chat who are rooting for Deadlock. We have people in the chat who are rooting for Outcast Ninjas. I can't watch the screen. I keep getting errors whenever I try and look over and make sure they can see things right. But people are just screaming Deadlock, Outcast Ninjas, Deadlock, Outcast Ninjas. Which, is just what I want to have happen. Because that way we'll have a really close matchup and we'll have some great stuff going on. All right, I'm in the room, so everyone else should be able to get in there.
Wait, you're hosting? Because I don't see you.
Nope, it said I could join you.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And just letting the captains know that the teams are up. Deadlock. Winter is scary. I mean, there's a lot of scary people on this team. There's Shins, who I would not want to face. There's Jorian, who I would not want to face. There is Winter, who frankly, if I find myself on... Okay, I'm not going to find myself on the other side of Winter because I am still an S+. Sometimes I'm an S. Deadlock is trying to get their team together again. I guess they thought that the semis weren't going to be same day, which we'll give them all a few minutes. We are a little bit early still, and there have been longer delays before. And the semifinal maps and modes are a little bit different than the quarterfinal maps. First, it's a best of 7 set. First stage will be Starfish Rainmaker.
7, yeah.
So
Okay.
definitely see every single mode, and we are finally going to see a Rainmaker match. Starfish Rainmaker. I'm not on a Splatoon team anymore. I was for a while, and my team captain on Squids with Guns absolutely despised everything and anything that had to do with Starfish. I'm not entirely sure why. Starfish Rainmaker, though, is... that ending section is such a bottleneck.
Yes. And the thing about any Rainmaker match is it's always going to be either a win in overtime or just a complete rout.
Yeah. Those things, I've seen Rainmaker go into overtime, and my personal least favorite Rainmaker moment was my team picked up the Rainmaker. It was a solo queue match with 1 second before overtime, and we got the lead with the Rainmaker countdown, had 7 left on it. That was the most stressful experience I've had in a very long time, and I don't want to repeat it. And there have also been Rainmaker matches that I have seen over in less time than it takes to clip something. I've both sides of that. It's an unfortunate occurrence for both teams in a we were expecting it to go a little bit longer sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fun.
Now we're
Awesome
just
to be on the team that has it happen. But it's also that certainly happened. We got stomped side for the other team. After Starfish Rainmaker, we'll have Inkblot Tower Control.
Inkblot Tower, it can be pretty hard to get a complete lockout unless you really know what you're doing.
Yeah, that I might be calling it the wrong thing because I don't have the callouts down yet, but the plat where you have the central area naturally where the tower is, and we have everyone trying to get control of that. But the plats where the splatlings and chargers stand, if you get control of that, you can have control of just about anything else you want. There is so little way to recover once the enemy team has control of that area. You have to focus first on getting control of that area and then on the tower. And if you can't get control of that area first, while you're trying to do that, they're just taking away points with the tower. Taking away points.
You're absolutely right.
Yep. All right. Deadlock's a few
one of
issues.
the things that
and
that's
official ruling right now is that if they can't get on by the half-hour mark, then they'll forfeit because shenanigans. I don't know exactly what's going on, but considering the amount of subs they've had to get already, there could be any number of problems today. But while they're doing that, let's just going down the list of amazing maps we've got, because Inkblot TC goes straight into Skipper Splat Zones.
Yeah. Skipper Zones, unlike Inkblot TC, it is quite easy to get a lockout there if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I've been playing it a lot in solo queue because it is on the rotation this month. And the amount of times that I, just one sharking player, can control the midsection because the other team feeds into me is rather astounding. And that is the real problem with Skipper Zones, is that you can have the 2 approaches. Once you have the zone, you can cover both approaches very easily, and it is so easy to feed. The question of whether you divide between the 2 areas or if you want to try and focus yourself into one section that's always up for debate.
It is, and both players are different they have different strengths. Some do better in groups, others do better when they're split. But it is the more teammates that you have with you is always the better.
Oh, yeah.
Unless, of course, you're out of position. Then you need
Yep.
to get back in position. What are you doing, you idiot?
Yeah, I may have said that word for word a few times.
Yeah, I think every, low to mid-level captain has at one point, including me.
Okay. Deadlock's making progress at getting people back. They have 3 players at this point. They're working on getting their 4th back. I hope so. They've got 7 minutes. So after
Yeah.
Skipper Zones, we will have Anchovy Clam Blitz. I hate this. I hate it on just about every map
That's
and mode. I hate the propellers. I hate so much about it. It's objectively not bad. There is nothing in particular about anchovy games that is terrible, unlike Moray or a few other things that people seem to universally hate. It's just that you have the propellers restricting so much of your movement in that whenever you try and do things that involve going to the enemy's side, which you have to do in everything but turf war and splat zones. And really, if you want to win, you do it in splat zones. You are yelling to the entire world, "I'm over here! Hey, come splat me!"
Yes, and you are absolutely right about that. I don't hate it with as much of a burning passion as you. I would say, my hate is more devoted to just splat zones in general because that mode is just so annoying. It's way too easy to get a lockout on. Unless, of course, your team is trying to get the lockout, then, of course, you get wiped.
Of course.
But, I don't hate it with as much of a burning passion, but what I do know is that in clams, there are 2 main paths to get to the basket, and both of those paths are very risky because if you go on the far right slash left, then you climb, then you are climbing up, and you just have a straight shot while your position is marked the entire time because you have a power clam.
Mhm.
And then on the other hand, you have the propellers, which you can't get up to without shooting at the propeller, which, like you said, says, "Hey everyone, come splat me." And it makes you an exposed target.
Yeah, if you
So there's really no upside in pushing a clam.
Yeah, it's interesting that they chose that. I will say that I do like it for defense in clams because it's entirely possible for one person to guard both sections if there's not a really coordinated push on both sides at once. You can have one person just chill out at the top of that little climbing area on the far right or far left, waiting for somebody to pop up so they can just be splatted before they can actually do anything. Because there is a second when you're vulnerable when you peek your head over. Or you can't shoot while you're climbing. You either have to stop climbing and fall down, or you have to
Yeah.
um, you either stop climbing and fall down, or you have to look at what's going on and say, and risk being immediately splatted. On the other hand, if they're fast enough, they can immediately go and as soon as they hear the propellers, because they make a noise for everything else. They make a noise when the propellers go off, so that you can immediately know someone's going over there. Go over there and defend from that angle.
Yeah, it's really fun to defend on. It makes you work, but at the same time, it's fun.
All right. Looks like Deadlock may have another emergency sub coming in. We may see this yet.
We may see
A
this.
few minutes. I'm
3
hoping so.
minutes,
Come
so it'll
on.
be-
Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 4 of the maps. Those are the 4 maps we are guaranteed to see. But we still have 3 more maps that may come up, and I'm hoping all of them do. First of those, map 5, Wahoo World Splat Zones.
Oh, Wahoo World. Wahoo World is one of the newer maps in the game, and it's also one of the more it's also one of the, definitely more open maps, similar to Inkblot. And the thing about the rotating platforms, or not the rotating, the ones that are only there at certain times, means it's very hard to come into the zone.
Yep. Honestly, I don't know about it being one of the newer maps because, frankly, I didn't get my copy of Splatoon 2 until well after all of the maps had been introduced and all of the weapons, and they were just refining things and figuring out how badly people hated armor.
Hmm.
Oh, when was I last with Woods with Guns? Someone asked in the chat. Way back in
Whoa!
somebody.
Here.
I think that's their sub. Breathe.
That's their sub.
Or that's their sub. We have people joining from Deadlock at last.
Mhm.
When I was last with Squid, I want to say it was December that we last did something, and so I've been out for a little while. May have been January.
Yeah.
It was a low-ranking team. We formed up from the Checkpoint 1 server for people who want to get into comps. We had
Oh.
star players with all X ranks, or people who, as we played, because we went for about 6 months, one person started off with 0 X ranks and finished off at about 2,300 in 3 X ranks, still working on their 4th X rank. And then there was me who was working on getting into S+0 in Clam Blitz and staying in S+0 and still am, though I'm staying there more often now. So, a little bit of progress on my end, not too much. All right, we finally have both.
So it looks like, yeah, looks like we're about ready. And for those who aren't paying attention to the stream, they certainly have a very interesting choice of emergency sub, one who we all know and definitely do not love.
Well, they're allowing this game to go off, so I love them. Okay. They're allowing. So, between Outcast Ninjas and Deadlock, which side are you going to cheer for?
Honestly, Jorian is kind of, my coworker in the commentating area. So I feel like I'm kind of inclined to work for him. But ever since he changed his PFP, I'm kind of leaning toward Deadlock now.
All right. Well,
So I know really weird reasons, but
well, I don't know who I want to cheer for. I mean, Outcast Ninjas is undefeated, but Deadlock killed it earlier. Deadlock did freaking amazing, and I was impressed.
yeah, I was impressed too. Like, I'll be honest, it was more sadness than impressed because I definitely root for Astro, like whenever they go up in a tournament
All
or
right,
even a scrim, I always root for them.
Well, it looks like both teams are ready, so if you want to press that button, we will get this started. We will get
Okay.
Rainmaker at Starfish on the road. Oh, Rainmaker, I'm so happy.
Yes.
Have to adjust the scores back from last match because nobody has anything yet.
That will certainly change, and it could change in like less than a minute because we're about to go for some Rainmaker Starfish.
Ninjas in the green, Deadlock in the pinkle. Never quite sure all that color.
All right.
And
So, Ika, do you want to do the play-by-play?
go for it. We'll just do it as it comes. We've got
Okay.
they're popped already, and one person down on each. Oh, ouch! 3 down.
Jorian. And that's a wipe. Right now, we can see Jorian's kill was definitely clutch, and he does have that armor ready. He's popping it as soon as he gets it.
Yeah, they could make an immediate win here, but they're just trying to. No,
Oh!
stop. Gold shard.
Alright, nice trade by Jorian.
Oh, but
That's
they're
a wipe.
wiped again. They're.
Oh!
Oh,
Down at the 1.
Deadlock, you've got to stop this. That is not.
Booyah bomb coming out. It's not
That-
gonna get. It's
that,
not gonna happen though. Wait. Okay, 52.
I mean, that wasn't the fastest wipeout I've seen in Rainmaker, but
It was one of them.
that was Outcast Ninjas showing why they are currently undefeated in the standings. They have clearly displayed why they are number 1 right now. And boy, do they want to keep it.
Yes.
Inkblot TC will be next, but that was. They got the team wipe. They made a very nice run for it. They got a fair distance in, and then they got stopped. But when they got stopped, they took so many people out with them that they had another team wipe. And then that was that happened just bam, bam, bam. Almost too fast for us to realize what was going on. They almost got it. They were stopped at 1, so Deadlock had a chance, but as soon as they popped the Rainmaker, a Booyah Bomb dropped down on it. So
Yup.
Booyah Bomb, they could not be in that Booyah Bomb. They could not be in there. They could not be. And so they picked, because they hadn't taken out all of Outcast Ninjas before popping that Rainmaker shield, or with that Rainmaker shield, they used that Booyah Bomb to get right back in there and slam dunk before Deadlock knew how to respond. I don't know how
Yup.
I handled that myself.
Yeah, I feel like, they made just a really risky call. Because if they hadn't, gotten that Booyah Bomb at the right time, that wouldn't have been, going from 24 to KO. That would have been a team wipe feed and the potential for a very quick run back. But it's one of those high risk, high reward things, and they got a very high reward.
Yeah, that's been Outcast Ninjas pretty much the whole time. They've been pushing and pushing and pushing every time they've got the chance. And that was someone in the stream chat saying, somebody clip that. I can't do that. My stream is just saying there is network error the whole time because I'm also streaming and doing stuff. I can't clip it. I'm betting one of our people did out there, because we have people who are working on media and they're frankly awesome. But that was not quite short enough to clip it on the Switch, which I have seen matches that are that short. But it was certainly
Yeah.
one and done, wham bam, you're out of here. We are not playing games. We're destroying you today. Yes, somebody did clip it.
Nice. Wham bam eat canned ham is what I like to say after an especially fast Rainmaker, because it's incredibly ridiculous. Just like canned ham.
I don't think I've ever
Micah,
had canned ham.
You aren't missing out on anything at all.
Okay,
You are not missing out on anything.
somebody left the lobby and
Yeah.
on them to come back. I don't think it was DC. Okay, Deadlock had one
Can they?
members come in, but they are speed running the news in play rather than have a team that's more subs than players. Well,
That's a good idea.
they're all players, but I see after that sort of smack to the face that they would want more people. We just had a new follower. Some call me Blue. Should I call you Green? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, person who may or may not be called Blue.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have to be silly about it. Alert didn't show up. Sorry. I've got the alerts here. Been trying to make them show up. I don't know why they don't show up. They make noise.
They do make noise.
At some point, they should actually do what they're supposed to do.
At some point.
That Rainmaker match was just like bam, 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 bam. Everything's done. Everyone's dead. We're done here. Next. And next will be tower control at Inkblot, which is... It's a little bit harder to speedrun tower control.
Yeah, you are definitely right about that. So, but I mean, if anyone could find a way to do it, it would be Outcast Ninjas, no doubt.
I still think Deadlock can do this. I root for the underdog as a matter of course. That is half my existence. I like seeing the people who are behind come back and kick all of the butts. So Deadlock still has a chance and hopefully still can do it. And
Right, let's get ready for Inkblot Tower Control.
yep. Because we've got both teams in the lobby now. We
Yeah.
are going to have a great game here. And hopefully Deadlock is going to take it and laugh in the face of Outcast Ninja's hope for a sweep.
Hey,
They're choosing their weapons, taking their time, looking at things, going, what can we use? Outcast's going and looking, what can we use to beat down Deadlock again? And Deadlock's going, what can we use to destroy those ninjas? For the record, if you really want to destroy ninjas, you need some pirates. But we don't have any pirates here. We have Deadlock, and they are going to be doing some absolute destruction in tower control.
here we go.
We have ninjas in the green, Deadlock in the orange. Let's take a look at those team comps.
We can see that double armor coming from Deadlock, and that will be interesting.
That double armor on tower control lets you hang on to tower a little faster, lets you do... Wow, that was fast. Might be what they need
Yeah, it was.
to push here. But they were down 2, and Outcast is making the first push already. Trying to get past that first checkpoint with everyone shooting at them, and not quite, not yet. Shins took the tower, though, and they got it right back out. But they might not be able to push any further. They're down 2, still down 2, spawning. Deadlock is going for it with the specials.
Ooh, we can see Dan getting 1 kill, but getting taken out by the Junior, but Jorian taken out as well, so that's unfortunate.
But I think we'll have a lead change here. Yes, we do. Deadlocks changing people, and that's all they needed to do. They've got their Splatling on the tower saying, "Plot." Oh,
Yep. Fusion with that bad armor pop. That was just a waste of an armor. It hurts to see it. Actually, maybe that's just my eyeglasses prescription, but I don't know.
well, they
Jorian
two
taking out the
checkpoints.
brush right there. But that K-Pro finished the job. Nice.
Well, they got back 2 checkpoints. That's not a comfortable lead because there's still over 3 minutes left anyone's game, and a lot of death can still happen. And probably will.
Yep, and it already has because there was 2 down on the side of Deadlock.
Yep, very nice splash down there, taking people out. Shins is going, I've got dualies and I know how to use them. Soon as that blaster hits somebody, they get off that tower. But they know they've got the numbers advantage, and this is the time for them to push, so they're doing just that. But they have to get past that checkpoint, and getting past a checkpoint when you hire a team after you, and you're basically in their spawn when you're over there, is not easy. 3 down on ninjas, and that tower... That's the thing about tower control. You can have a good time for a push. A push takes a long time no matter what you do. That tower can't...
Yeah.
Armor, hammer,
Oh, hammer goes down right there.
but they got a double out of it.
Oh, that splashdown got twittered mid-air.
Ouch.
That was something.
One side, 2 on the other. They are...
We can see Nathan going in for the Wait, never mind. That's his spawn. He is not going in for the flank.
Shins is just keeping up some pressure over there, going, no one can take that route. Join their teammates going, what can we do here? Winter looks like they're going for a little flank, trying to keep them attention.
Yep. Nathan is going to pop that armor any second, and as I'm saying it, he pops their armor.
Oh, 3 down on
matter,
Deadlock's side.
That is a lead change.
Both sides have cleared the second checkpoint. We've got a Booyah Bomb incoming, which...
Successfully fires, unable to be twittered.
May have been a trade, but when you've got me that far into your base, a trade isn't quite good enough.
It is not.
Deadlock can still do this. There's no checkpoint separating them, just some tower riding. And that is always something you can do. They've got quite some ground to cover, and like I said before, that's the thing about tower control. You can't hurry the tower.
You absolutely cannot. And because one of the things about tower control, especially Inkblot, is once you have a lead like this, it's so hard to get it back because you have to go all the way into the spawn. And we can see Dan popping the hammer there, but gets twittered by the K-Pro. Or the 96 gal, excuse me.
Yeah. Anytime you push up with a wipe, you have to continually get more picks, more wipes to keep that lead. Because, one down, another down, another down. They're just killing each other. We've got an ink bath going on.
We certainly do, but right now, Outcast Ninjas comes out on the top of it. And something I didn't touch on earlier is how Outcast Ninjas is using that no backline comp, instead going for double armor to keep up the pressure, and now Outcast Ninjas is the 1-2 down.
Well, let's hope that Deadlock can keep it, because Deadlock right now has the tower, but they have to keep it. Get to that checkpoint, and nope.
Fusion goes down, and that'll be game.
That was the game. They couldn't keep the tower long enough to make that last push. And they were doing so well, too. So well. And then just couldn't quite keep it at the end. Skipper Zones is the next map, but I want to talk about that first thing for a little while longer first, because...
Of course, yeah.
It was, Deadlock had it for such a long time, and then they got wiped. And I think they panicked after that wipe, because that wipe, they never quite recovered from it.
Yeah, and
they got wiped again, they lost the lead, and they couldn't come back.
Yeah. I feel like that this, at the beginning, at the 3-minute mark, you said, well, it could still be anyone's game, and just look at us now.
Yep.
It has just, been anyone's game, specifically Outcast Ninjas.
If
That's
there
the
was
thing about Outcast Ninjas. They don't just take the lead from you. They tear out your heart and eat it with a glass of wine.
It's a good thing squids have several hearts, then.
I thought that was octopi.
Nope, both.
I'll Google it later. Yeah.
Still,
I'll Google it later, I'm pretty sure.
That doesn't sound like it would be a very tasty meal, but it certainly seems like one that they take with relish and possibly mustard.
Yeah. I can say from experience it is a tasty meal.
I'm not sure I want to
continue
the conversation. In any case, that was certainly...
Yeah, neither do I.
I would say that pushing up to checkpoint 2 and past checkpoint 2, if there was a minute left or even a minute and a half when the other team wasn't at checkpoint 2, that would probably be a reasonably safe lead at that map and mode. Because the further you push into the enemy spawn, the more firepower they hit you with, especially on that map where that you've got the tree, you've got that side area, you have the snipe, you have so many ways for people to stand next to the tower and go, I'm killing you now. I am splatting you with everything I've got, and I am going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But because they had those 3 minutes and they had that time, they had the time to sit back, take a deep breath in and out, breathe, and just go for it once they had their opportunity.
Yeah.
Rushing is such a big problem in the lower levels, and I think that's what caused Deadlock's downfall in this second half. Because when they got wiped, they panicked and they couldn't recover.
Yeah.
Hopefully that won't happen again. Because I want to see Deadlock make the ninjas nervous.
And it might happen. We can see Dan is taking a while to choose his weapon, so that might be a weapon change. So
Or it
something to
could be-
watch out for.
All right, well, you
Oh,
press up.
and he readies
You will
up.
get on the. We can.
Yeah, he heard me
Black
talking
Zones
about
match.
how something could be up, and he just hates me that much that he wants to make me look wrong.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Okay, I don't know enough about that.
That was a joke.
Never mind.
That was a joke. It was a joke. Dan
All
does
right.
not hate me that much.
Ninjas in the
Only a little bit.
orange. Ninjas in the orange. Deadlock in the purple. And let's take a look at those comps. No back.
We can already see Winter. Oh, the trade there.
That took all of 10 seconds for the first trade.
Yep, and we can see that armor goes in, and already it's been gone already.
Yep. We've got.
Outcast Ninjas has gotten the zone, and it looks like Deathlock is gonna get the push back in, but nope. Outcast Ninjas says, no you.
And they say, yes, we've got a Booyah Bomb. You can't argue with a Booyah Bomb. You can try, you'll lose.
But right now, Deadlock...
Squasher. And, oh, very nice pick by Fusion there.
Yeah.
Both sides down to another pick by Fusion. Got Winter, got Shins. Really saying, no, you don't even close to my zone. This is mine. And that's a lead change.
That certainly is. And Fusion here just being the MVP, but here comes that Booyah Bomb and the miss! I don't know what he was aiming for, but he didn't hit anything.
I think he was...
I think that...
All right. Jump back
yeah,
spawn.
but he could have at least thrown it at Fusion. And that penalty is being wiped away, so we could see a lead change here.
We could.
I think that Blue needs to borrow my eyeglasses, because he is having trouble aiming that Booyah Bomb. Speaking of, another one coming out onto the zone, and it will
not quite cap it.
Neutral.
We had another lead change there. Outcast's got it again, and Deadlock is going. Can we get it back, please? Yes,
Yep, Blue gets the pick. He has a chance for a double right now, and he almost gets it.
Nope, Shin stopped it. They've got a penalty now, but they're chewing through that.
Yeah, they are just...
like you said earlier,
like a well-oiled machine.
Like you said earlier, it's very easy to lock people out on this map. Oh, very nice splat there by Nathan. They're moving in both directions, going... Nope. Yep. Now,
Blue is camping that jump, and he does get the kill on that jump. Good awareness by him. He gets the double! Oh, there's the Octobrush. Will he get the triple?
Deadlock's down 2 players, and that timer is going down, 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 down below 10 now. And Outcast has armor. I think this might be an end of it. Yep.
Celebrate Booyah more than anything. And that is another win for Outcast.
I just realized I forgot to make these counters go up to 4. That is a small realize, but that is certainly a thing I just realized. Oh well, in any case, that had so much back and forth. Anchovy Clams is next, but that had so much back and forth. They were just going each other's throats, going, hi, I'm going to splat you. No, I'm going to splat you. No, I'm going to splat you. And no one could actually play nice. Not that we wanted them to play nice. That is, after all, happy fun murder times there.
The whole point of why you guys watch WTP is so underage squids get to murder each other.
Yeah, that seems fair. Was there a DC there? Someone in the chat saying something about.
DC.
Someone in the chat said something about it. I didn't notice it, but. And there might also be a button.
I
I'm not entirely sure. Somebody
didn't notice it either. Yeah.
All right. Anyone say something? No one's saying anything about it, so I'm assuming we're safe to go on to Clam Blitz and Anchovy, because if there was DC, it must
Right.
be right at
Yeah.
the end. Oh, last second they're saying. It's like if
Well, based on
commentators missed it. If it did happen both,
yeah, and honestly,
and we were keeping a pretty close eye on there, going, they're down 2, they're down 3.
right. Honestly, it doesn't even matter because they were past the DC rules.
Yep. Late enough into the game that it didn't matter, but okay. Deadlock reverse sweep time. Clam Blitz, you have this. Your Clam's performance earlier was A+. You take this match.
I would say more.
Look
I would
Outcast
say
Ninjas in the
more
eye.
X rank than A plus.
You take.
Yeah.
You look those ninjas in the eye. You squirt them with ink in their eyes, and then you walk past them with the power clam and throw it in and get that win. You can do this, Deadlock.
Exactly.
It's time for a reverse sweep.
Well, I mean, it has happened before, so
It's happened before.
see.
It could happen again.
Yeah.
I want to see 7 games here. I want to actually be staring at this going, no one can tell who won because I have 3-3 on my screen and I forgot to make 4 a possibility because all of my preparations and I forgot this went to 7. Had to be one thing I forgot. All right. Let's go. Let's make those clams squirm. Deadlock, you can do this. Get me to a game 7. We're going to have Outcast Ninjas in the blue, Deadlock in the green, and they are off.
Yeah, we can see Dan coming out with that K-Pro. We don't see that too often, but right now they are already close to building up a power clan. Both teams are. And it looks like they're trying. Dan already has... I don't know what's going on Deadlock because they're all throwing clams to each other. It's kind of weird to watch. Meanwhile, Outcast Ninja says, you know what, you keep doing that. We're going to build a power clam, and they
Get
die.
stopped. And they're going to get stopped. They're still trying to...
That's the thing that we...
I think they did rescue the power clam.
That's the thing that we said about anchovy clams. It's very hard to score. I don't know why Dan didn't pick up those clams. It would have been very easy, but...
Well, lots of possibilities. Right now...
Lots of possibilities.
Oh, the person with the most clams must have gone down, but they're right back up on Deadlock's side. Both sides pretty even.
Yeah.
No one...
And suddenly the clams lead goes to Deadlock.
No,
oh, and that booyah comes out. Will it be twittered? It will not.
Alright, Outcast's got the armor. Outcast's got a clam. They're trying something, but I don't know if they're actually going to anywhere with it. They're just trying to survive. They've only got 11 clams total, though. That's not much of a push. And whichever path they take, as soon as they take it...
On Anchovy, any push that works is a good push. As long as you get the "we broke their barrier" message, that's a good push.
That's true. I've had games where the only score was in overtime here.
Yeah, one of those 80-100 games.
Very nice double on blue. Outcast going for their push. And they've got a lot of clams there, and they're...
Yep, and it's just going in.
Oh, Jorian...
Oh, and Jorian goes down. Oh, Dan gets the triple kill. Will he get the quad? Whoa.
No, looks like they're running away.
He is trash. Kidding. He's not trash. He's
no.
very good.
We had people running for their...
I've seen... Yeah. Oh, and Blue goes down as a delayed saying. Deadlock saying, "This is for Dan. He should have gotten that quad." Or maybe he just saw an easy pick. I don't know, because I'm not in the VC.
Nope.
Right.
There is just so
And
much.
speaking of, Deadlock trying to get an opening on that power clam, but Fusion can't get the kill, and now he can.
I'm just, every time the screen changes, someone else dies here. I'm afraid to come.
Every time.
As soon as I say something, they are going to die.
Commentator's curse.
Looks like Deadlock is getting people together, and they are shooting a fair amount, throwing everything. Booyah coming in. They want to push.
Oh, and we can see that notice coming from... Wait, never mind. That's just my low battery. We can see Fusion popping that baller perhaps a bit preemptively, and he goes down to the splat bomb because of it.
Nope, didn't lose the power clam, though. One of their teammates was right there ready to pick it up.
Yeah.
And they still got enough clams that they can want to. They can make it quite a nice push. But they've got to get...
possibly take the lead here. Nathan popping that armor. And getting the kill on Jorian. They're 3 down. This is prime push position.
This is your time.
Oh, and that clam misses. He missed.
Missed, but the other person came in, and they rescue that first.
Oh, they're wiped.
That they cannot. Oh, it was this close to being a wonderful push, but now they're here. Less than a minute left. No clams, no power clams. They've got to build up a power clam in under a minute, and they get enough going to get over that penalty. And okay,
Yeah, it is worth noting both teams are running a double armor here. I feel like it's, changed from, a joke thing to something that, most teams do. And I'm happy about that. And speaking of, we can see Fusion popping that baller and not quite getting the kill there. Oh, the Explosher.
Are they trying
that
to
will be
the
a
end?
push.
They're trying to
Yes,
triple
they
clam
are.
the end. Oh,
Yes,
that
they
was
are.
just... If they'd had another 10 seconds, they would have triple clammed it too.
They definitely would have.
That was... Holy crud, that was a match.
Yeah.
Holy crud, that was a match.
That certainly was entertaining.
Well, Ninjas
will be moving on. It's a 4-0, baby.
Ninjas, you did awesome.
Yeah.
There's no other way to say it. They are going on to the finals. And next up, we have Eclipse versus Mirkwood. So I'm going to take a moment to adjust things for the next match because I'm still just going holy crud.
Yeah.
And over again because that was, as I've been saying yet again, holy crud.
Yeah.
And all right, we will be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, see you then, guys.
We'll see you soon. Be right back, screen number 2. Where are you? There you are. And we are back. We are back again with Mirkwood. Going to be flipping amazing.
Yeah.
Because they tore apart Clownfish earlier. So, people were trying to have me host again. So if there is an issue somewhere along the line with lag, then I'll get out of here, let someone else do it, because I don't think my internet, I've got Ethernet hooked up, but there's
By
always,
someone else, they would specifically mean me.
yes, awesome shams there. But there's always the possibility that something's going on with Splatoon servers, and Splatoon servers just hate me. All right, so Shams, if you want to get into the room, so. But
By the way, for everyone on the stream wondering why I keep saying Twitter, is because it's the call out for a canceled special.
now I learned something. Okay, that's actually useful. I was just figuring it was a call out I didn't know, because my ability to learn call outs is, well, on Macomart, I know melons, and I know the place above melons and the below melons and the place that's called cereal, and that really isn't helpful for anyone.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Eventually, I might have it down, just not yet. So what?
Yeah.
But Mirkwood Falcons, they tore Clownfish apart. There is no changing it. But they're going up against Eclipse. Eclipse, who still has a mostly blank player roster where we know who's playing, but they don't have pictures. And
Right.
they haven't lost yet.
They have not. They still remain undefeated completely.
I mean, we might see that change right now. I'm hoping we see that change in the next.
Oh.
Well, yes, I want the underdogs to win. If the people who are third tier won absolutely everything and went head to head, I would be over here squealing. Though the head to head finals is not until next week, unfortunately. Well, okay, fortunately.
Unfortunately.
When I stood up on that last break, my back made about 18 noises, none of which I wanted to hear. So probably
Only 18?
only 18. I mean, if I really stretch that,
Yeah, you're definitely semi-young.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Eclipse is going to be working on kicking all of the butt, because they have been so far, but they haven't gone against Mirkwood. Maybe they scrim them. I don't know. I personally saw a lot of times where people were going scrim academy level in the various chats, going scrim. Can people scrim us? Maybe they faced other people from other leagues in practice. Maybe they completely each other. Maybe Eclipse is shaking in their boots at the concept of going up against Mirkwood Falcons. I don't know. We're waiting on the last member of Eclipse to get here. They're trying to get through the news, I believe, which we all have opinions on the news.
Mm-hmm.
I won't state them here. You know what they are. Really, I think that in Splat 3, if they don't make it skippable only because they have either a Splatfest in it, like Splatfest announcements or patch announcements and everything else skippable, I would be A-okay with that. Because then I could watch it.
Same.
I could watch it when I was at my leisure, Okay, I'm in no rush. Let's see what not Pearl and not Marina, whoever the new idols are, they have to give us new idols, will be in Splatoon 3. And I see whatever witty comments they have to make. And
yes.
When I'm in an actual rush, skip it. Let's go. I have people to meet, places to be, things to splat.
Yes. Places to be, solo queue ranks to lower.
No, that's my own. That's usually my own these days. Unfortunately. I'll get to X rank hopefully before Splatoon 3. Come on, I want to see these two teams. I want to see in the first 30 seconds of this match Both teams down 3 people. It's not going to happen. I want to see it. I want to see absolute destruction on both sides. I want to see back and forth, push to 20, push on one side, push to 15 on the other, push to 10. On our seats going, what the crud is going on? Screaming and cheering. And I want to see that 7 times. Not all with Rainmaker, but, you know, lots and lots and lots.
Here's what I want to see. I want to see triple kills by the same player that are absolutely hype. I want to see Twittered specials that are just perfectly placed, and I want to see a perfect push being stopped at 1.
And then the other team win it. Well, maybe not that.
That's optional.
I want to at least have the tense moment where the other team might win it. Because coming back from a push to 1 is... I've played entire games where my team reached 1 in the first 30 seconds, and the other team 2 in the next 30 seconds. And that was a Rainmaker game that went to overtime, and I still have terrible, terrible feelings about that map. Not gonna lie.
You should see a therapist. I'm actually working to be a licensed therapist, so if you want to hit me up, let me know. I charge $100 a minute.
Black Belt and Rainmaker destroyed me, the end.
Okay. That'll be $100.
I don't have it. I am a poor, poor person.
Okay.
Looks like that is 4 from Eclipse, 4 from Mirkwood. Let's set these teams. Because we are going to have one heck of a match today. I have Eclipse on my screen as the alpha. We're going to have one shell of a match. Let's keep it Splatoon proper. And nobody has any score yet. Let me fix that. Looks good. We have Eclipse all on one team. We have Mirkwood all on the other. We have me ready to be excited and jumping up and down in my seat, going, everyone must splat. Everyone must be splatted. I wonder if there's ever been a scenario where both teams got wiped at the same time.
Sure, 4 people trade.
Yep. Oh, earlier while we were on break, Jorian 2 raided with, I'm not sure how big that party is that they raided with, but thank you very much for that raid while we were on our little break. Sorry you didn't have anything exciting to stare at, like these 2 teams destroying each other.
All right.
Taking their time going.
Now, Eclipse.
Go on.
Eclipse, my roommate used to be teammates with the guy Solver. And the amount that, Solver has just improved from both a commentator standpoint and, watching Chris play is just impressive. So definitely keep an eye out for that.
I'm more worried about... Okay, I'm worried about everybody. I want to see Knight and Gray go against each other. They're going to...
Yeah, everyone who's currently readied up here, there's no weaklings among them.
Nope. Starfish Rainmaker. Let's make it happen. Let's make it rain. Oh, someone in the chat did see a double team wipe before. And Nugget Mirkwood has that sploosh out. Thank you, Nugget. You are my friend. But let's look at those comps beside that. Gray zaps on both sides.
Yeah, the double zap on both sides. Whoa, Nugget goes down to the suction picked by the Nautilus. So if you throw a suction bomb at the Rainmaker shield, it will instantly explode, and the surrounding area, there's like this very small explosion radius near the shield that if you're in it, it will have the same effect as a suction bomb. so it's essentially a KO.
Nice.
And Nugget himself now goes down again. He is feeding harder than my grandma when she makes cookies.
Well, save me
That
some
was a horrible joke.
next time. I've tried to booyah people about 3 times now just watching this, because we've had so many good picks already. No one's touched that Rainmaker. They're just trying to get an advantage, and they can't.
Nugget right now playing like a Splattershot Junior with all throwing those bombs, and the armor comes out for Mirkwood Falcons. For both teams, actually. So we
Saved
could see things
Lucio's
heating
life.
up here, but nope.
There goes the Stingray on both sides. We've got a Stingray at the same time.
Yep. And Nugget goes down here.
All right,
And the Rainmaker does get
first.
picked up by Eclipse.
But
Oh, sorry.
no. Are they going to get anywhere with it though? The Rainmaker carrier is basically alone because so much of the support's been picked off. There comes
Ray does get Nugget again. Here comes the Stingray, and the Booyah Bomb comes out. And that will almost be a Twitter for the Stingray, but no. 41, that's a good push by Eclipse. Now Gray going with the flank and getting Nugget again. He gets the double kill. We could see a KO here. Does he get a triple?
I don't think we're going to. We might, but
Ray, he
yes,
is
there was a
dodging bombs, and that's a KO.
I did not expect that to happen there. I admit it. I did not expect Eclipse to push through that.
Eclipses.
Over a minute of feeling each other out. Over a minute of going, what's this other team going to do? Over a minute.
Good job, Sulfur, with that zap.
And it came down to just a few pushes, really, but it was basically just one big push. Just they lost it, they got it again.
Just one big push.
No hesitation, no, but it took that minute of feeling each other out and one side going for an advantage. It could have, I feel like it could have just as easily gone in the other direction.
It could have, but Eclipse, what I have to say about Eclipse is that they are Eclipse. And when they show up, they're just saying, okay, we're going to win. And without directly saying it. They're the team that advertised their team post in the Little Squid League server asking for Div 3 experience. They're the team that's just saying, hey, we're still competing with you, but you're just going to get decimated. And most of the time, that's exactly what happens.
I did Little Squid League. I was not quite bottom of the Little Squid League. The idea of somebody with Division 3's experience going up against me is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, they don't really have Division 3 experience, but they have close to it.
Well, Mirkwood Falcons seems to know what they're doing so far, tower control at Inkblot, but Eclipse has taken their time going, let's get this set. Let's figure out just what we're doing, because we've got their measure now, or they think they do. And they've got a few weapons to choose. Countdown's almost down. No, we're down to 10 seconds. So we'll be seeing some good tower control action. And this might last a little longer because, as we've said several times, you can't rush the tower.
You cannot. You do have to wait. You have to get the numbers advantage, and you have to be in good position.
And you have to keep getting that numbers advantage.
Yeah, I feel like Nugget...
We've got Eclipse in the yellow.
Nugget is definitely right in switching off the sploosh. Because the Nugget that we saw in Rainmaker just did nothing but feed, and feed. And that was not, the same Nugget that I played against in Week 1. So I'm glad he's back on that K-Crow, so we'll see the Nugget in full force.
And Cole starts us off by getting a double. And
and that
they're
is
down
2
3.
down 4, and there's a jump out already. So Stingray coming out, and Nugget.
But Mirkwood's still got control of that tower.
Yep. Nugget pops that booyah and doesn't get anything. Kind of anticlimactic.
Well, they got some pressure, and that's all they needed because Mirkwood's passed the first check with everybody
And
going.
they are past it, but Gray gets that pick on Nugget, and we have a jump out from Mirkwood. So
Here comes another Stingray.
Stingray versus Inkjet. Who will win? Probably the Inkjet, and never mind. Inkjet gets Twitter. Good job, Nugget.
Knight's taking some nice picks there, going, we're down 2 people, but I don't care. We're not letting you push up past that first checkpoint. We've got a checkpoint, you don't. Ha ha ha, Mirkwood's taking names this time. Still.
And Mirkwood, they just, they have control of the battle right here. And if they can just hold on to it, then they'll be good. That should be their number one thing, hold on to control.
Yep. Mid's pretty.
Yeah, it's literally in the game mode's name, tower control. Oh, and Nugget maybe getting that Twitter, but he misses, and it will not happen.
Yep, here comes dueling Stingrays again.
Yep. And Nugget picking off that Tri-Slosher, good for him.
They're trying to get past that checkpoint, and they're just not doing it. Mirkwood says, we picked off 2 of you, you're going down, you're staying down. We don't have much.
Right, and...
but they've got enough. Flip's got the tower again going, trying to see if they can make some progress this time, but they're already down somebody. And they just...
And right now, Siege is in bad position right now. So, that will be something to watch out for.
Come on, Mirkwood.
Yeah.
Very nice pick on Gray by Nugget there. And looks like that Slosh is getting into a 2v1. Had this to retreat, but they're ready for it.
And Mirkwood will be popping those missiles.
Yep. Nugget gets another nice pick. They're just going, hey, we're keeping the pressure. You're not going anywhere. As the timer goes down below 2 minutes. Neither side's pushed 2.
Yeah.
But that one checkpoint's all Mirkwood needs to go, hey, you're not going it. You're not getting this. Because that's one checkpoint Clips doesn't have.
Yeah, and right now we can see Eclipse taking the tower there. The Booyah Bomb does come out, and Dialga will get taken down by the Stingray. It's a double down for Eclipse, or for Mirkwood, but Knight is still coming on the Stingray. And Mirkwood might not have that checkpoint advantage for long, but as soon as I say that, Dialga dies.
Down to 1. They couldn't quite do it. Eclipse is down 3. We're in the last minute. There's only 10 points separating these 2 teams. It could still be anyone's game, and they're determined to keep it in their favor. They've just barely... Another nice pick by Siege there. Going for a double.
And Knight focusing the tower. Mirkwood, they're not playing, they're not saying we're only going to play defense. They're pushing up themselves, and I like that.
Well, they have to. They have 1 checkpoint, but they just barely that checkpoint. If they don't push...
Right, and it's versus Eclipse.
They could lose it in 1 wipe, not even a wipe. They've got to play offense and defense at the same time.
Yeah, and speaking of, that Stingray will come out soon. And it does.
Both dueling Stingrays yet again. Eclipse...
Yep, and Knight expertly dodging that right there. Impressive. But Knight does go down to...
Oh, but they did not get the tower back. They did not...
That is unfortunate.
I don't know. I think it's pretty awesome. That was a great game.
Yeah. Great game by Mirkwood there.
Mirkwood figured out what they're doing. Mirkwood figured out what was going on. They figured out what they needed to do there, and they went, yeah, we're doing this. We are totally doing this. And then they did it.
Yeah.
Got their measure in.
Mirkwood Falcons. Yeah, Mirkwood Falcons not exactly flying toward a victory, more like, gliding, but they got the victory.
That's what matters.
Yep. It was a bird pun in case you guys didn't catch that, but hey, we're commentating. We're supposed to make bad puns.
I didn't catch that. Okay, moving on from that terrible, 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 terrible pun. I've got nothing. I admit it. I've got nothing. It's just
Okay.
we have a 1-1 now. We'll be seeing a game 5, and
Yeah.
Mirkwood got Eclipse's measure in that Rainmaker match. They know they make one mistake, Eclipse will take it and run, quite literally in the case of Rainmaker. So they're trying to play offense and defense at the same time. As soon as they were 2 down, they pulled back. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Four people.
And right now, yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, right now we can see that this game 3, it's so early in the set, but it will decide so much. And skipper zones, we saw last time, it can be taken so easily and then just no chance coming back.
Yeah, skipper zones, defending it, but it's a map that can be covered with a double booyah. I don't know if we'll be seeing a double booyah comp come out because they use a fair amount of booyah bombs, both teams, but they also seem to be doing a fair amount of. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Well,
happens to the best of us.
if I'm going to lose it, I may as well lose it when we're starting the next game.
Yeah.
Zones at skipper. We've got Eclipse in blue, Mirkwood in the green.
And right now, yeah, we do not see a double booyah. Eclipse is choosing to run no booyah on Skipper Pavilion, which is, of course, understandable. They are, however, choosing to run double armor with the Kensa glue guys. And Siege did almost go down to that fizzy bomb. So we will see a duelie's duel here. And Siege does go down, but so does Gray.
Very nice.
And the zone is... Yeah. So right now we can see Dialga going for that snipe with the E-Leader. Oh, go ahead.
The E-Leader on Eclipse is an interesting choice here because it does have a lot of range and a lot of killing power, but with the high walls around the zone make it hard for it to actually pick anybody up on the zone itself.
You are absolutely right. It is an interesting pick, and the way Dialga plays that, they're just going in. Like, there's, they aren't, finding a perch. They are going in, and they are popping specials, and they do save the zone and keep the lead.
Oh, unfortunate that Cole ran out of ink and tried to hit somebody 3 or 4 times. They just couldn't manage. But
yeah, that was unfortunate. Right now we do see the zone currently being contested almost while the penalty is wiped away, but Lucio goes down to the missiles.
Mirkwood's got it again. They're determined to get rid of their penalty and get their lead back. Neither team has a comfortable lead at all. Those splat walls are basically canceling out the advantage of the E-Leader there. It can't shoot through.
They are.
I am, but it can't shoot through them.
Right, and that lead taken is so important by Eclipse, or by Mirkwood.
Yeah. All right. Eclipse has it. They're not quite ready for a lead change yet, but they're hanging on and they're going and trying to keep people on their toes far away. And is that, yes, that's a lead change again. Booyah's gonna come in and
Yeah.
nope, don't know where that Booyah went. Heard it.
Yeah. Dialga going in, quite close for an Helier. So that is definitely interesting. Using those ink mines to the fullest of the advantage.
And the zone is contested. Oh, that was so close to
Yeah,
it. Did really well there.
Dialga going down to those missiles siege from beyond the grave.
Even if they lose the zone here, they stuck Eclipse with a penalty, and that is so important when they're so close to that win. They've got quite a lot of ground.
Exactly.
And Eclipse is not pulling any punches. Nice pick by Silver there, and of course,
Yeah, we can see.
and Eclipse is it back. They're saying in that zone.
Yeah, Mirkwood does bring it back, and will they cap it? Yes, they will.
But they've got a penalty work off of their own now.
Yeah, Silver going with the ink rail route. So that'll be interesting. Oh, and the Booyah Bomb comes out. Will we see a Twitter? We will see a Twitter!
But they still got that Booyah off, and that, nope, wasn't enough to keep them in control, though. Still at 30.
Yeah, Silver popping that armor.
Mirkwood's got to make quite a push to get that zone and keep it if they want to win.
Yup. Oh, we can see that Hydra firing on Silver right there. He does evade it, and the Hydra goes down.
All right, yet again, zone changes. They haven't worked off their penalty yet, but they got it back immediately.
Yeah, neither team is able to work off their penalty right now. It just seems, it's like each team, they're always so close, but no.
Mirkwood had better start because they're less than 10 seconds, 8.
Yeah, and right now it is.
They've got the cap. They've got to keep it.
They do. Nugget gets Silver, and Nugget gets Dialga as well. We could see lockout here from Nugget, or from Mirkwood Falcons. Because Nugget is going in, they're using that double splash wall. Oh my gosh, that's evil.
That double splash wall, but the inkjet came over it. Did they?
Oh! They lose control. And the game.
I thought that was going to be I thought the.
Me too.
I thought but no, Eclipse swooped down and stole it from the Falcons.
Yep, Eclipse used the Falcons forcefully. That was an entertaining game.
Eclipse last second just went, no, this is our zone. We're gonna take right now, and you can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that double splat wall frankly, that was brilliant. That was amazing. I loved that. But they used to get over it. I can't even express how freaking awesome that was. We'll have to go over it.
Yeah, and that was definitely smart by Eclipse to pull out that inkjet. So, yeah, that was just an insane last end. Right now, Clamblitz Anchovy games coming up, so
oh yeah, I don't even know what we're going to see here. If you told me I would be cheering for a comp that had 2 splash walls before, I would have laughed at you, but that was a freaking amazing use of it because it completely blocked off one of the approaches from anything but an inkjet.
Yeah. It's the one chink in the armor weakness. And that chink was found and opened up by Eclipse.
Holy crud. I've said it a few times.
Yeah.
And I think Mirkwood was so confident no one was getting over those. They only had one person watching the double ink splash wall, so they weren't prepared for the inkjet to come over, and the inkjet put down enough ink fast enough that they couldn't recover. I think that's what did it.
Yeah, smart job by Eclipse using the inkjet's exhaust to paint the zone, not just the blast.
Yep.
Oh, Mirkwood
Okay.
Falcons just had a DC.
Yep. We haven't even finished the countdown yet. We're still choosing weapon. Okay. So we'll just have Eclipse knock it out, and
Won't be too much commentating for this game, eh?
nope. And I'll go into the chat and ask them if they want. Just going to ask if they want to have a host change, because earlier there were internet issues, and of course there isn't really any way that you can hurry clams. They can try, and they're doing a fine job of trying. Just keeping the basket open. Quick, you go get more clams while I keep this basket open.
Yeah, Mirkwood Falcons there, kind of looking like my teammates in solo queue.
And let's hang on a second while I just check with... Because we did have a question on comps, because someone disconnected before the timer ran out, if the comps have to be true, or if they can change already, because I think they both teams just stopped choosing their stuff once they saw the DC.
Yeah, so it will be. It's one of the, more technical things about tournaments that most people don't really see.
Well, right now I'm just waiting for an official ruling, because I don't feel like I'm ready to make that call myself. And
My call would be that
I'd be willing to go through. I'd be willing to okay it, but I want to make sure that everyone is on the same page before potentially saying yes, do something that they can't do.
Right. My call would also,
Yep.
My call would also be to okay it, but
Yep,
that's
at least one
just
person
me.
on Eclipse is going, hey, I didn't have the weapon I wanted. Can I? So I'm waiting for them to talk it out. And in the meantime, anchovy clams. Well, that was probably the fastest clam blitz game I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Because,
So,
game where no one...
meanwhile, I will eat food.
You eat food. And I will keep going and go, well, we're actually going to be guaranteed to see a game 5 now, so I may as well go over and show those maps again and talk about what Wahoo World Splat Zones. We covered that already. Maybe we will have another match where Eclipse is up 2, Mirkwood can totally get 2 matches. So maybe we'll see Piranha Pit Tower Control, which is, if there was ever I feel like Piranha Pit Tower Control is one of those tower control maps, one of the few where I would be absolutely okay with seeing a double backline comp. There are so many good perches for different backlines to take and absolutely destroy things. And there are so many good perches for people to go, and you still want to have somebody riding the tower. A lot of times that is the back line. Sometimes you can put somebody else on it, like the support. All right, looks like even if we didn't have a ruling by one of the mods, we do have both of our teams going. Yes, it's fine if that weapon change happens, which
So I'm back from eating my food.
you must have completely and totally inhaled it. Congratulations, good job. We're just waiting for them to go, and it's only going to take a few seconds. Well, we're just waiting on you to press the button and say you're ready to commentate this awesome thing.
Yeah.
Press the button. There we go. And we are off to the murders. Okay, we have Eclipse in yellow, Mirkwood in the blue. And let's take a look at those comps after all. Sticking with the E-leader on Eclipse, that is... It always confuses me when I see certain backliners on Clams or on Rainmaker, because E-leaders you can't really move with. Most Splatlings, a lot of other chargers you can, but with an E-leader, they're so slow and they're so heavy and charge so slow that you're kind of stuck in one place.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. That armor coming in from Mirkwood, but not in time to save Siege from the menace that is Eclipse. Well, they're not a menace in a bad way. They're just, very present. They're not bad at all. Anyway, moving on.
And we've got 29 Clams on Eclipse's side. That is a major advantage because most of the other games we've seen Clams, we've seen both teams have roughly the same number at this point. Roughly the same number at just about every point. But right now, that's for a 20 Clam difference. That's...
Yeah. And right now we do see the Octoshot go down.
That's a one push everything ends difference. And Mirkwood knows it. They're just hanging back going, let's wait for them to try and push in and stop it.
Yeah.
They're aware.
And the thing about it is what you said is about the whole E-leader can't move thing. Well, guess who's holding the power clam now? So,
Yep.
that did kind of cripple their push.
They did. Mirkwood did stop that push. Much more even numbers now. But they've still got to make a push of their own. And everyone's respawned, so we can't say there's numbers difference either. Clams are more even at least, so that might help them out some.
Yeah.
Two special...
Right now, everything is perfectly even. Numbers, clams, score.
3 specials ready to go on Mirkwood, and they've got 18 Clams, including a power. Eclipse has 30 clams again, 2 power clams. They're gonna try something.
Yeah, every team is just waiting to pop their specials, and here comes that armor from Mirkwood. Maybe a bit preemptive. Oh, the Splat Bomb launcher coming out too, but they're not making a push. What are they doing? Are they just popping their specials for the memes?
I feel like they're trying to do it for defensive purposes, but...
Yeah, because Eclipse is just coming in. Oh, go ahead.
Yep, and they're just rallying the numbers to defend. And they have defended so far, but they're also... 3v4, pretty even. Both sides have 2 power clams. Not much clam difference. And just because Eclipse is closer to the to Mirkwood's side doesn't mean that they're going to actually get anywhere. They got on that plat. But if they can push forward or not is a good question.
Yeah.
They're sure trying. Armor came out again for Eclipse. Yeah. But
I'm not sure how good of an idea having Dialga hold the clam is. And Dialga goes down to the splash wall. That was the weirdest kill I've ever seen in my life that didn't involve the word sprinkler.
oh, they got one through. They got a power
They
clam.
did.
But I think
Oh, and Dialga gets the good pick there.
I think that might be the end of the push though. One power clam. Granted, as you said, any push in this map is a good one, especially with less than a minute left. But
Yeah.
it has the pity. Mirkwood has so many clams. They can get. I am so tense right now. That E-leader's just playing defense so solidly. They've got to get.
Oh! And that flings a good job with
Lucio.
the Twittered Inkjet.
Oh, very nice stopping that flank. They're down to Mirkwood. You've got to push now.
Yeah.
As 3
Oh, and it looks like it won't
down.
happen.
And no, they're not going to make that push. One score match for Eclipse.
Wow. So that was probably the most mundane match I've ever seen in semis.
They were just... Mirkwood, why didn't you push? Why didn't you push? You had enough clams for it several times. You had a few numbers advantages. You had so many specials. What was holding you up? What kept you...
Don't know. It's definitely unfortunate. I'm sure Mirkwood has their reasons. Oh, Siege is just coming back. Did they have DC?
I don't think so. If they did, it must have been very last second because we were watching that and they had a team wipe and the last person went out right then and there. So
Yeah.
into game 5. Mirkwood, you cannot play around right now. You've got to go into this and be as murderous as your little heart's desire. You have to go in there and soar into this win. Take flight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I'm sorry.
where was, this? Yeah. I wish I had faced this Mirkwood in week 1. Because the Mirkwood that I faced in week 1, they just had everything together. They were coming in, they just got a quick 3-0, despite my best efforts. And right now, they're struggling. If I was able to hypothetically be outside Nugget's house right now, hypothetically, you would see in his eyes that he is struggling right now, struggling to get a win.
Well, in the chat, IPS is saying that was a 2018 Clams match, back before anyone knew what to which I feel like is the most accurate description. Nobody knew what they were supposed to do. Nobody knew how to push together, or they were just, okay, we've got clams, we've got more clams, we've got more clams. We're supposed to do something with them. Okay. They were so unsure about it. And Mirkwood, Splat Zones, Wahoo. Time for you to destroy. All right. We have Mirkwood in the purple, Eclipse in the green. Still have that E-leader on Mirkwood. E-leader on both sides now.
We're going to see an Elier duel. Already that ink armor coming out for Eclipse, and Nugget does go down.
Didn't seem to help him enough there. 3 Eclipse already. And, sorry, 3 down on Mirkwood already, and Eclipse is just going and making sure they can't push up any further. Sam, we've got this.
Yep.
Not coming anywhere. One's going over there for the flank.
Silver pushing in with that arm, or, going up with that armor, but now he's coming back to the zone.
Yeah, he's painted enough that if they try and...
Wait, did we see... Did I just miss the Twitter from the... No, I didn't. Okay.
I have no idea. I'm just looking at this going, yeah, that's... Mirkwood is effectively locked out. They can't even get off their plat there. I can't believe Knight survived.
They can't.
And there's enough ink on the ground that if they try to come from a different direction, Eclipse knows and when to stop them. Ouch.
Ooh.
Is just
And that double kill... Yeah, that double kill by Gray, the final squid nail in the squid coffin for the Falcons.
That hurt. That...
Yeah, I'm just sitting here watching, and I feel like I got pounded.
Eclipse, you have earned your playoff spot. Jack in the chat, you're saying when an undefeated team gets in there. Here's the thing.
Mirkwood, they just seem to be forfeiting.
We had 2 undefeated teams going in here as top seed. Outcast Ninjas in the Empire division and Eclipse in the Anarchy division. And we are now going to be seeing
both of them.
Those 2 teams in next week's finals.
We sure will.
So that was painful. There's no denying that was painful. But we're not done here yet. Coming up next, we have an Amateur League makeup match, 10th Supremacy versus OO Gang. There's going to be a little bit of a longer break between them. I'm setting it for 10 minutes because I have to stand up and stretch and prevent anything else from cracking all over my body this time. But stay tuned because we will be back and hopefully they will be a lot more murderous. All right, that's the... And...
Bro.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back. I'm here with another new commentator. I'll change the name over there in a second because we have German with me today. How are you, German?
I am doing good today, and I am really excited for the amateur matches we're gonna be commentating here, just
All-
like in like soon here. So
Oh, all right. So let's start by talking about I don't know if you know anything about 10th Supremacy. Because I admit I haven't focused on them because I've been focusing on Academy League more. Do you know
I
anything?
see.
Do you know anything?
I don't know much about them. I don't know much about this team as much, but I've seen them around in like the comp scenes and other tournaments. But I would like to see more what they got, especially for what I know about tent supremacy. Is that of course the logo, the tent, and I'm assuming they have a tent. That's all I know for tent
Yep.
supremacy here.
Just about always. And on the other team, we have OO Gang. What do you said earlier when we were introducing ourselves that you played OO Gang at least once?
I played them against them once in a different tournament, and I know they were when I faced against them, they were like a beginning of a start of themselves, and look at them now. They're kind of like growing and improving as a team now that I get to see them play. And as far as I know, on this roster of OO Gang, I know who Sleepy is. Really good player, and I hope he'll be really well to like play well for OO Gang.
All right. Well, we're about to because we are going into the game. Let me adjust the scores because it's still.
Yep, and we are going to be going to Splat Zones Albacore, and this is a map where it's long range, I would see on this map and mode in particular. And I see a Tri-Slosher. Interesting.
We've got a slosh on both sides. We've got that 10 for 10 supremacy. Oh, those sloshers look like they're going to be murdering each other all the time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I see it, yeah, Soda Slosher, and that's Foil Squeezer. Okay, that, like, I'm looking at these comps here, like, these are, like, really rich, interesting comps here. So I see a Tense here, like a mini here, so nice picks. It seems though Tense Supremacy was able to get the zone first, so and we see bubbles coming out from OO Gang, so and there are 2 members down, but and no 3 now. So this is OO Gang's time. Like they're gonna have to like start prepping themselves up before Tense Supremacy comes back.
Yep, both sides saying this is my zone, trying to get the lead, trying to get someone else out.
Absolutely. Yeah, this map and mode in particular here is like really hard to get the zone back because like this map is so open and it's really hard to where you're gonna go because like whoever has the zone they're gonna like guard every single from left and right and mid, like they got the eyes wide open from whoever has the zone here. But it seems though Tense Supremacy here was able to get the zone back. So we hope if they're gonna maybe try to defend it really well and maybe see if they can just not let OO Gang take some advantage here.
Yeah. Tense use that Aller to really get the zone back and get some nice picks, but they can't keep it. Bubbles are coming out, and
that's a full wipe. Wow.
What's OO gonna do with it? Looks like they're going up to. They're in the battle to 10th. They're saying, "We've got the zone. You didn't have a chance. Let's take the battle to you."
Yeah, OO Gang really doing a good job though, like going from like left and right. Like I see like 2 and 2 just like left and right there. They're just trying to not let 10th Supremacy get past, but one member does go down from the side of OO Gang. So we see like so much neutralizing the zone, but 10th Supremacy able to recap that zone back, and we see the CDS trying to go for a flank, but that was an absolute fail by that CDS. So now we see we see a lot of mini just really doing well here.
These teams are so well matched. These teams are so well matched. Neither one has enough of a lead to be comfortable, but they're both way down, well below 50. 10 Supremacy was getting it even lower than that, trying to make up for lost time. And they're just, yep, specials to cap the zone, specials to murder each other, specials to splat each other all over the place.
Yeah, 10 Supremacy really having a hard time because like they comparing to OO Gang's like comp here and 10 Supremacy here, and we just see like just so much of range, no just like short range from OO Gang here. So like they're just keeping all that range from 10 Supremacy here.
Yep. Just barely kept them from. Oh, we have a disconnect. It is way too.
Oh,
It is way too late in the game for a replay.
yeah, and since OO Gang does get disconnected, they do gotta play it out, which they are. So they're not giving up on this. So
No, but
maybe they could try to hope at it. But one member does go down, so OO Gang's really gonna have a hard time coming back here.
yeah, I think that disconnect may have sealed the game for OO Gang.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate too. So we sometimes have to hate to see it. Sometimes, like I originally don't see it, but it seems though 10th Supremacy does take game one here, and we gotta see. I kind of want to see from OO Gang here. So like they did like absolutely good job, like capping zone, taking like they were also coordinated with specials too. Like Sleepy here was also pulling out those bubbles like in the right timing too, to like prevent 10 Supremacy just to like back up where I have my bubbles out, so just back away. So
Oh yeah, and they did a lot of destruction there. With that, that was it. It was so back and forth. It was so back and forth. I didn't know who I was working for at this point. At that point, it could have easily gone either way at any second. And
oh yeah.
and it just disconnects are never fun. They are never a good time.
Yeah, unfortunate. But I would love to see OO Gang try to keep their heads up, and and I would love to see what else do they got in their sales of favors, which we are going to be going now to Wahoo World on TC, which I do not see much of this map and mode in particular in tournaments as much, but like I wouldn't. For me, on this map and mode, it's just like niche and like it's. I think it's really just hard to kind of push around. But like you do got the corridors or whatever the callouts is like in the mid there, which I forgot what the actual name of it is. But I mean, a lot of slaves tend to maybe try to go through carousel and just go through like the wall on the glass, which maybe just shark and then just find the right timing to like show yourself.
Okay. Well, Wahoo World Tower Control, Tower Control is that mode where I play Splatling. It's the only mode I play Splatling in. So
I see. Yeah,
But
I would
it's-
see. Yeah, I would love to see a Splatling. Honestly, I think it would probably be a good fit, maybe for this map and mode. Like, I love to have some Splatlings in TC.
yeah, it's backliners in Wahoo World though. There are the walls protecting the center part in this beginning, or where where the tower starts. Those are so hard to get around for so many people that you have to get in there and get dirty. You can't really use your backliners until the towers move.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And now we're gonna get ready for game two here, and I'm looking at the comps here, and we see maybe a little bit change on 10 Supremacy, and then a little bit of changes here on also on OO Gang.
Yep,
And I do see a Kunder, which I call it that, the undercover Kenza, which I maybe would see it on the like sometime often, but it's kind of excited to see here. The thing I like about maybe about this undercover like Kunder is that it has torpedoes and it also has armor. which I think this will be a good substitute for like if like maybe a team doesn't want to run armor and then you have a Kunder here that just runs it, you know.
Torpedoes are kind of a mixed bag because they do ink pretty well, but they can be shot out of the air. And they're not necessarily a killing blow. I'm not sure that I would have chosen it myself, but then Kunder's undercover umbrellas in general are very difficult to work around because once they're on the tower, they can shoot while blocking, and you have to get around them. You can break the umbrella, but usually by that point they've moved or you're already in trouble.
Yeah, I honestly I would actually agree with that. And another thing I want to point out for the undercover for the Kenza is that the thing about it is that not just the torpedo, it also can paint. Like it's also a distraction kind of sub because like if it's like targeted on one person, they're gonna start shooting it like to break it, so they won't get like more damage from the torpedo. So I say like torpedo would be a niche like kind of sub weapon in situations where it could be just a distraction, basically.
OO made it
I don't
past
know.
the second checkpoint, so I think it's working pretty well for them this time. And they're working their way towards the third. Tent is not using that tent to really help them get the tower.
Oh
So
yeah.
to stop that push, they use the mini splatling more than anything.
Yeah, three. Yeah, we see 3 members go down. Yeah, so yeah, 10th supremacy here does have to kind of recover from all of that big push from OO game. Like they got it to a remaining of 15, and that's like huge for OO gang here. So let's see what 10th supremacy here responds to that.
It'll have to be a good response because a push to 15 on this map is a lot of times, it's not a knockout, but it may as well be. You just have to keep playing. And while you can't always come back, it is so hard to get back from under 20. To do that, you have to go right into the other team's spawn, and they know you just have to do that. They're focused on defending.
Absolutely, yeah. Like in particular for tower control, though, it's also like the slow mode, like the slowest mode in like of all the other modes. Like you also have to get through checkpoints too. That's like another thing that maybe some of these players aren't impatient about it, and some people doesn't like tower control. But I mean, I'm not saying to everybody, but I mean, like it's just how I say it for myself. But we do see Sleepy here does get a bomb kill there, which that's, maybe just to prevent from something, which I didn't get a good perspective on that. So,
oh yeah.
We see here now 2 members down from OO gang.
Yep, Teddy Boy got a very nice pick on that Kunder. And
yeah, and 3 specials from 10 Supremacy. So once they get through maybe the first checkpoint, no, never mind.
Baller
They
comes out
started
right now.
using 2 of their specials already. So
and there goes the third. They're just not waiting around. They're doing their nice trade there.
Yeah, and we see a 2v2. Yeah, we see a 2v2 now. So we'll have to just see what kind of happens here. And the Kunder also takes down the I believe I couldn't really see who it was. It was probably the mini that because I think the mini got armor and then got pushed by that umbrella shield.
Well, right now we've got OO gang solidly in control again. Kalos got a very nice pick on Sir and Boy. Bring them down to, they've got their specials ready to go, and they've got a lot of control. Ouch. 3. Someone needs for them to have a chance.
Yeah, they gotta take out the squeezer because like that's gonna be a prevent a problem, and he already has his bubbles out. So like, squeezer is like a really niche pick for like some modes and situations, but you mostly see it in Clan Blitz. But it doesn't stop it right there because OO gang is still gonna keep going and pushing. But 3 members go down by 10th supremacy, so that might be a knockout,
and it was.
And it does. So that leads it tied to 1. OO gang trying to redeem themselves from that DC. So from last match. So what a game from OO gang.
Those black differences. Splitting doesn't always make a game, but having a very nice differentiation there. Just one person destroying one team, completely outsplatting the other. You know when that happens that there's very little coming back from that.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's what OO gang did. Like they had to, start coordinate really well as a team, and start pulling out specials at a good of a timing. Yeah, that's just huge for OO Gang. Like really, really huge. And now we are gonna be going to
Rainmaker at
the
the
reef.
reef.
Oh my god. Okay, so for this map and mode, this could go either fast, and depending on if one team goes white, like fully wiped, then it could be a knockout. But I wouldn't really technically would say that, but I think this would probably be a fast one if a team would maybe do just go a full wipe on one team and then just go randomly just run that Rainmaker to that goal.
Yeah, that is depending on a wipe, which we haven't seen many wipes happen in this game with these two teams. We haven't seen it happen. I think maybe once in the last two matches, maybe twice. So I'm not going to count on a wipe even from a Rainmaker shield pop. Both of these teams are experienced enough that they would know how to handle that, how to get out of the way. But
oh yeah, absolutely. Like I'm sure all these guys that are playing right now, they're once the Rainmaker pops, they gotta avoid from not getting splatted by the Rainmaker shield there. So whoever gets that pop, they win. They win the pop.
of course, if the pop doesn't take anyone out, then they've got to do the hardest work. We've got Tent in orange, OO in purple, and we've got.
And I see a Tetras this time. We got two dualies on the same team, which that's on the side of OO Gang. We see a CDS and Tetras, and we do see 10 Supremacy getting the first block and grabbing the Rainmaker. So wow, that they just instant popped and then just grabbed it. But we see one member go down from OO Gang, but
very
that's
nice
just
pick.
now a 3v3.
Very nice
And
pick
look
on
at
Sleepy,
10
and there's
Supremacy.
another. There's another. Sleepy got two nice picks. Sleepy, but does not have the power to really pop that Maker. Sleepy's their defender here, and Sleepy can push up with that little splat chart. But
And I do want to talk about a little bit of Sleepy here. He knows. He's also watching from his point of view. He does shark just to see where they are hiding or what that. But he does pull out that ray. He does get one pick from that ray. So
they made it over the jump. OO Gang is that was.
But two members go down. So
that was a very nice push. Oh,
three
down
members
three.
actually.
Sleepy's the only one left. The others have respawned. Yeah.
A nice pick by Sleepy here. That was a good shot right there. That was a good snipe. And now 10 Supremacy has to respond to this remaining of 36, which OO Gang has right now. So that was not that was, I would say, a decent push from OO Gang, but it's just not enough for them, at least for a big lead. And now here comes the Ray. So will this maybe just stop this push? He gets two picks on the Ray. So now that's going to be 3 down on 10 Supremacy.
Don't know if you saw it from your angle, but that hammer throw almost hit the Ray user. It was one.
I did see it, but just not a good angle.
not quite. It was 1 inch to the other side. It would have hit him. Which,
dang,
so close, almost. They can still do this.
Absolutely here, and like I said, this could be anyone's game right now. So it's not gonna be just OO Gang's game here. So it could be anyone's game. 10 Supremacy could try to make a huge comeback here, or OO Gang could just really just play it well and just really just make it themselves redeem that they're winning this match here.
Yep. All right, it's going for another push. Oh, double bomb splat. They're 2v2 right now. And
yeah, and it's just the Rainmaker now.
They were.
But that's
you can't do anything about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely here. So now we see now OO Gang has the Rainmaker back in their hands here. So
yep.
So we only have 1 minute and 47 seconds left on. Oh, that hammer was close to getting the junior there. but what a hammer throw.
That hammer keeps being so close, but not quite.
Yeah, just not there. Just not there. Oh, another snipe by Sleepy here. That was a Sleepy just really getting those shots and like knowing the right angles. Like when I say angles, like he knows the right angles of timing. Like he could like like just snipe. Like he's like
Sleepy has been on this map a million times, knows just where to stand to hit certain spots. And Sleepy goes there and goes, I'm standing here, I'm hitting those spots, and that's just what's happening.
And now he gets 2 picks there, so and he does have his Ray ready too when his team starts to push. Like look at that, like he's like really just getting those right angles to like snipe right there.
Yep.
Like, it's the angles. It's just the angles that he's like of the timing there. Like just like maybe he could just go play. And now
30 seconds
Tense
left.
Supremacy.
And Tense gotta make a push. They've gotta do something.
Yeah, they gotta make at least a push here. So so we don't know what response from Tense Supremacy is gonna do here. So 2 members go down from OO Gang. No, 3 now. So I'm not sure if Tense Supremacy can maybe just try to pull it off, but maybe, who knows? We only got 10 seconds left.
OO still has that Stingray in reserve. I think that might be the end.
Absolutely.
And
no, and
one last snipe and it is over.
I believe that was Sleepy that got that snipe before they grabbed the Rainmaker. I believe, because like, oh my gosh, wow. Just got the Rainmaker and then just gone. Like and there it is, the KA of 15 from Sleepy there. Wow.
I would not want to have to go up against Sleepy, I admit it. That would... I mean, I'm sure I've gone up against people of a similar level, but I would not want to do it. I would... I know my limits, and that may be a limit. So next map is Humpback Lamblets.
Ooh.
We're going into round 4. And
yeah,
Academy League...
This map and mode...
In the Academy League...
is like, I would say like that.
In Academy, this is where I would say we would see a lot of missed power clams.
Yeah, and now we get to see amateurs kind of level here. So I'm expecting really well coordination. Like in Clamblets in general, you really got to coordinate well with your team here. Like I'm sure there's going to be a lot of coordination from both of these teams.
Yeah, Clamblets is it's such a mode that requires coordination. I don't know if you were watching the Academy League earlier. We had what we were calling a Clamblets match that didn't happen, where we had the winning score was 80 because both teams were just trying so hard to get something to happen, to get some sort of advantage, and neither of them could do it.
So there was just like no push like from on the 80, so no one scored? Wait.
We had one power clam that went in the whole match into overtime. It was all right. Well, right now we've got Tent in the blue, OO in the green.
Yeah, and we do see Sar here from 10th Supremacy back on the Tri-Slosher, and Sleepy now also using that foil squeezer too, from like using bubbles. And now we see the armor here from 10th Supremacy here, but not really good of a response here, but the Junior is down from the side of OO Gang here, so not too much of going on here, but we do see 13 clans from 10th Supremacy, and they do make a power clan here, so they gotta start using some specials here kind of soon here. But here's 10 Cruz going for it and throws it in.
They throw it in.
But 2 members go down.
They're not going to be able to follow that up. They have too many people down, and they've got too many others pushed away. OO has too much of a solid grasp on that basket.
Yeah, and I did also see Ted there was trying to at least sneak in and just throw the clans, but I think OO Gang did call out that the glue was right there. So like that also prevent that their basket was closed. So before Ted was able to throw a clam in.
It's interesting that OO Gang picked up their pity clam immediately.
Oh yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, they did. Like you never really see it in situations like that. Like no one really would pick up a pity in the situations where they start some pushes here. But we see 3 members go down from 10 supremacy by Sleepy by getting 2 picks here. So and now we see the Explosher just getting that power climb in, and they do score. So now they got like a lot of clams here, but they didn't throw their power climb in there. So we see Sleepy there, right there, got into a remaining of 56. That is like not even huge there, but at least for Elite to like maybe just say if 10 Supremacy could respond to this, if they could do maybe a better push than OO Gang here.
Yeah, Tent just needs 2 power clams to eliminate that lead and get back in this. That's more than doable. That is the pity, a regular power clam, and someone picks the pity and jumps it in. If they still have the pity.
Absolutely. And so far right now, we only have 2 minutes and 21 seconds on the timer right now. So everyone's here just kind of playing it a little slow, which I kind of like it. Like, you know, never rush things too quickly until, you know, exactly the right timing to push. But we see 2 members go down from OO Gang. So this is the time 10 Supremacy does push. They do score that power climb in. So let's see what they do. They do take the lead, remaining of 49. So this maybe have to be the stop of the push from 10 Supremacy after now OO Gang is recovered and they're gonna, you know, regain mid. Like, so we see, like, on the coverage of the map right now, I see that OO Gang has more of the coverage than 10 Supremacy now. And that was a quick one, too.
Both teams are so evenly matched here because they both have very similar scores and they both have very similar penalties. So they're both in the point where they really 2 power clams to actually make a dent, and we have another pushes, and they got past their penalty. Are they going to actually make, there's a tie, are they going to make any progress? Are they going to make the lead? Yes, barely.
Yeah, just not enough, and that's going to be a full wipe from OO Gang here, so we'll see what 10 Supremacy is going to do here. If we hear 10 Cruz already popping his missiles just to see where the OO Gang is, so which I find it so smart whenever you're using your missiles. And I think Mini would be a good choice, especially for a midliner. And I know it like Mini also can paint, but we see Ted here trying to at least get over here, but he does score the power claim in, but we see 2 members go down, 3 now, so like I'm not sure if the tent here is gonna like try to sneak in and then just throw the power, like any more clams in.
Nope.
Which,
on the one hand, all they need to get the lead is the single power clam. On the other hand, they need to get power clam, and they've got less than 30 seconds, and never mind.
And OO Gang does score that power claim, and we see Sleepy here already on their side. They're gonna go for this jump here, and like that is actually a good call out from Sleepy. Like I love the coordination and the call out from Sleepy. Like you see, whenever like OO Gang had that power climb, they jumped to Sleepy, and that was like really like, you know, good play to like score that last power climb in. But now we go straight into overtime, and now they get their power climb in. So will they maybe take a lead here? So OO Gang does have to
get that other power climb in, they jump in. They've got to,
and I'm not sure it's gonna be enough time. They gotta push it, and not in time.
They did not get that.
Not in time. Just not in time.
Great games from both teams. That was so evenly matched, but it did eventually go to OO Gang. 3-1. Great job, both teams.
Absolutely. Like that, like I love to see, you know, these 2 teams here like go up against each other. Like we've seen them, like how they played here from our matches. Like that was just really, really great matches. And I hope for 10 Supremacy, you know, they can, you know, recover themselves after, you know, a huge kind of loss here. But I would love to see 10 Supremacy kind of, you know, regain their improvement, and, you know, what did they do for their mistakes? They'll fix it.
Well, if you want to see 10th Supremacy again, I will be doing their other makeup match, I think 10 p.m. Wednesday. So
it will be interesting. We'll know, and I would like to see 10 Supremacy, play again in, WTP esports here. I would love that.
all right, that will be awesome. But right now, I'm going to say goodnight to all of you. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours, maybe closer to 4 hours. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Aka Prime. I stream my own stuff. You can look me up. Have a great night, everyone.